but Offutt close friends who recently helped each other beat prostate cancer. Bob Holtzman has their story.
For nearly 2 decades, Jim Boeheim and Jim Calhoun have been Big East enemies. But between the battles, the Jims became buddies.
I'm a little bit older than he is, even though I don't look it. And I wanted to hear that.
He must be looking in a different mirror than me, because I don't know about that. He looks pretty old some days.
Boeheim is 59, Calhoun 61. In the past few years, each has won a national championship and a fight with prostate cancer. Boeheim 2 seasons ago, Calhoun last year. And when he got the diagnosis, Calhoun knew just who to call.
Well, first thing I said, you probably heard. He said, yeah. And I said, okay, tell me the deal. And you got to tell me straight up.
He was worried, and I was worried when it happened to me. We all are. But, you know, I told him what the procedure is, what happens, where you go, who you see. Prostate cancer is a very unknown quantity to a lot of men. It scares you. When you hear the word cancer or prostate or, you know, the combination, everybody's scared to death.
I had already made my mind up that it was inside me, it was bad, I wanted it out. But, and Jimmy had the same, like a coach, gut reaction, no patience. Get it out of me quick. And, but it was comforting hearing his voice, because he had been through it.
He knew I would be there to give him the right words and the right, tell him what the story was straight up, and I think that's what he needed to hear, and he was fine after that.
Calhoun returned to coaching just 14 days after surgery, 1 day longer than it took Boeheim.
He came back in the same time I did. I kid him, I said I came back 1 day sooner, but, you know, he came back right away.
I went through it. He called afterwards to see how I was doing, and then called again and just gave me a couple more tidbits of information, and we've since probably haven't mentioned it to each other.
Well, I don't talk about mine, and he doesn't talk about his. We're past that. We're moved on, and you know, it's not even a memory.
Even before Boeheim and Calhoun were diagnosed with prostate cancer, both tried to raise awareness and funds to fight the disease through their involvement in Coaches versus Cancer. Boeheim thinks the publicity surrounding his and Calhoun's surgeries probably saved a lot of people who heard the coaches' stories and are now getting tested and cured.
Tonight, the 2 coaches will do what they do best, and so will Emeka Okafor, who had 16 points against BC Saturday, Syracuse, and Connecticut, coming up next on ESPN.
Stay tuned, because here's what's ahead on ESPN tonight. Next, Rivalry Week begins with Big Monday. First, Syracuse, UCONN, followed by Missouri, Kansas, then Sports Center and Air Force UNLV on ESPN tonight.
You know, I dated a girl named Georgia. Had to break it off, though. It's about love, man. That's what it's
For when you need it most, our longest-lasting Energizer Max ever.
After that, I told myself,
Do you have the bunny inside?
I am not dating girls named after states.
Introducing Subway's new Atkins-friendly turkey and bacon melt wrap. With under 11 net carbs, it won't make up for those sick days you spent on the golf course, but it will help make up for your recent high-carb hijinks. Subway, good, so you don't always have to be.
The crying, it's a good thing?
It's a very good thing.
A round-on baguette diamond ring from Kay means 2 things. Every diamond is hand-selected, and she'll absolutely love it.
You're still crying.
I'm still happy. Every kiss begins with Kay.
Sports Center, brought to you by Kay Jewelers. This Valentine's Day, surprise her with diamonds from Kay Jewelers. Every kiss begins with Kay.
Our top story, Super Bowl 38, Tom Brady winning his 2nd MVP trophy in 3 years.
The Super Bowl MVPs making proud their alma maters, the subject of our closing number tonight, which is 3. The schools that have produced the most Super Bowl MVPs, Michigan, Notre Dame, and Alabama, who produced 3 apiece. And for that matter, Michigan also producing one wonderful Sports Center anchor whose name escapes me. Coming up next on ESPN2, it's Monday Night Countdown.
Up next on ESPN College Basketball, UConn and Syracuse.
Rivalry. It marks territory. It sets borders. It's in your backyard. Rivalry is about passion. It brings out the best in you. It can bring out your worst. Rivalry splits families, divides friends, and defines enemies. Now, the fence lines are drawn.
Syracuse in a zone. He's fouled on the way up, and they're calling it an intentional foul. You can hardly hear yourself think. It's over! Their biggest victory ever.
Hart fires up the three, carries it. Oh, how big is that?
It's Rivalry Week. What side are you on?
Welcome to the Hartford Civic Center for tonight's Big East matchup between Syracuse and Connecticut. This is the beginning of a Big Monday triple header presented by Bud Light. Number 20 Syracuse, number 5 Connecticut, as we begin Rivalry Week presented by Cisco Systems. Syracuse and Connecticut both with good conference records, but looking up at the Big East leading Pitt Panthers right now. 71st meeting all time. Syracuse with a healthy lead, but Connecticut beat the national champions twice last year, including once in the Big East tournament. Hi, everybody. Dan Shulman and Dick Vitale. Welcome to Hartford. Two great teams, close games, a lot of talent, all the makings of a great rivalry game.
Well, you got two unbelievable coaches, too. Two of the heavyweights, two future Hall of Famers, Mr. Boeheim and Mr. Calhoun. Bottom line is for Jim Calhoun, he better be ready for that 2-3 zone. They've had a little problem attacking the zone. They're seeing a lot of zones. They want to play at a quicker tempo. It should be an exciting game. You got two guys that have a great understanding and a special winner's mentality.
First of two regular season meetings between the Orangemen and the Huskies as we check out our Star Watch, and Hakeem Orrick has certainly become that, averaging nearly 20 points per game. Jerry McNamara had no success last year against UConn. He'll need to score a lot for the Orangemen to win here tonight. Meanwhile, Dick, two outstanding talents for UConn.
Well, you talk about a great tandem inside-outside. They don't get much better than Mr. Gordon and Mr. Okafor. Mr. Gordon has got to be a lot more consistent. He can't go 2 for 12 and expect a W here tonight.
Syracuse not deep at the best of times. Short-handed again tonight. For the details, here's Andy Cass.
Thanks, Dan. Point guard Dylan Edelin will not play tonight for the second straight game, according to the coaching staff. He missed 3 straight days of practice to deal with a personal issue without telling them first. Had he done that, it might have been a different story. He met with Coach Boeheim after the game Saturday night, with his father as well, and he was told he will make the trip to Connecticut, but will not play tonight. Back to you, Dan.
And as you can see, Andy and Dick, he's here in uniform. He warmed up, but boy, is he a loss in the backcourt for Syracuse.
Well, you're missing 14 points a game. You're missing a guy that can rebound at the rate of 4.4, 86 assists to only 34 turnovers.
Ben Gordon tries to get going early, misses the 3. Gordon broke his nose a couple of weeks ago, had surgery. That's why he's wearing that face mask.
They want to play at a faster pace, Connecticut. Teams have been trying to slow it down a little against them, with the exception of North Carolina.
No question Connecticut has an advantage in depth. By the way, Demetrius Nichols will start in place of Edelin as McNamara has a chance for a 4-point play.
He told me earlier tonight, Dan, and speaking to him, he said, I have recovered from that groin injury, had a week off, and that helped him. And now watch this right here. He's got great strength as he releases, takes the contact, knocks it down. He's coming off the game where he had 6 threes that he knocked down against Virginia Tech.
So 6 points in 2 games against Connecticut last year, 4 points in 30 seconds here tonight.
And there's that zone. You must attack the gaps of it. Everybody, I was teasing Jimmy in the locker room tonight. I said, you got everybody now going crazy, worried about a 2-3 zone.
Meanwhile, for Connecticut, you've seen them. I've seen them a bunch this year. They love to run, as everybody knows. They score in transition. But to be honest with you, at times, they have really struggled against zone defenses this year. As you take a look at a very talented starting 5, there's Denham Brown, the sophomore, the much improved player this year, with Connecticut's first bucket of the night.
Well, come out of Canada, can also shoot the 3, better than 45% from 3-point range.
Averaging better than 12 points per game. Sometimes doesn't get a lot of attention because of Okafor and Gordon.
They feel that Syracuse to play a lot quicker than, for example, their last game against Boston College, who took so much time off each possession and really put themselves in a great shape for a possible win.
What a steal. Here's Denham Brown. Loses the handle and then lays it in with the left hand.
And that's what they want to do, get the turnover, run up the court, get into transition. They like to play very similar to North Carolina. Use the entire floor.
And what a game Connecticut and Carolina had earlier this year. Carolina winning by 3 on a late 3 by Rashad McCants. Connecticut is 17-3. Syracuse is 14-3. Here's Hakeem Warwick, and near the basket, he is money in the bank.
Well, he has become such an effective player on that baseline, has developed as an outstanding inside player, so much so that I picked him on my, right now, mid-season, top 10 in America.
He has certainly become one of the best players in the country. This is his junior season. Okafor is fouled inside.
He's got to be able to convert free throws. He was out here real early, spoke to him in a hotel lobby. What a beautiful kid as you look at Jimmy Boeheim. National championship coach, does so much in the world of charity, Coaches versus Cancer. We got 2 cancer survivors.
That's right.
For all you people out there in Jim Calhoun and Jim Boeheim, just a tremendous story.
Emeka Okafor at the line, 52% from the line on the season as he misses the first, and he is aware of the problem, is working on the problem, and he knows if he doesn't fix the problem, then the Connecticut Huskies may have a major problem come March.
Yeah, you don't want to get to a situation where it's hack a shot.
Yeah.
What they do there and put him on a line at the end of the game. I think he's going to work on it. He's got great attitude and certainly improve. He's got pretty good technique. He should be at least in the 65 percentile area.
Well, Jim Calhoun and George Blaney, the assistant coach, told us before the game there's no doubt he could easily be a 65-70% free throw shooter.
Good man-to-man defense. Trademark in Connecticut. Pressure on the basketball. Jim Calhoun's been doing that for years at Northeastern and here at Connecticut. What a program he has built. He's a Frank Lloyd Wright man. He's an architect, a builder, and he has built this program.
Both of these coaches with more than 660 career wins, and both of them with a national championship. Gordon again misses his second 3. Boone tips it out of bounds. Coach Calhoun told us before the game they'd like Gordon to take 20 shots a game. Want him to be a little bit more selfish as you look at this Syracuse lineup. Again, the freshman Demetrius Nichols steps in for Billy Edel, and Josh Pace moves to the backcourt. They lose something offensively, but they actually get a little bit longer in that 2-3 zone.
But they really miss so much of Billy Edel, and you miss a guy that's a winner who played a valuable part of a national championship.
Warwick knocks it down, and Syracuse 3 for 3 early. Gordon's going to step inside this time. Denham Brown. He's the only guy who has scored so far in this game for Connecticut.
Hakeem Warwick with that rebound.
McNamara, nice dish off to Ford, but he couldn't handle the pass. Syracuse retains possession.
You know, Warwick got to know, certainly Okafor and Ben Gordon, and went to the Pan American trials together. As you're going to watch him work a little one-on-one here, show that little 15-foot fadeaway J. That looks like your jump shot.
Except mine only went 12. There's Warwick again using the glass. You know, in Twi-Stick, he has scored over a taller man in Josh Boone.
He is so smooth. He has really made himself a player. That's an example of a young guy taking advantage of staying in school.
Okafor right in the middle of that zone, knocks down the 15-footer.
You know, he's put on big numbers. Came in his first 2 years, a shot blocker in Dynamo, but now he's become an offensive weapon on the interior. Okafor.
Syracuse leading by 4. The Orangemen, as you can see, still have not missed a shot. Warwick's got 6 points. McNamara has 4. Here's Nichols fading away. Rebound Okafor. He is 3rd in the country in that department.
Nice pass.
And there they are, so dangerous in transition as Denham Brown comes up with his 3rd field goal.
Great look by Khalid Brown, reversing the basketball, centering it, transition basketball like a clinic, the way they ran up and down the floor.
And we have a whistle on the floor as we will step aside with our first time out of the night. What a start to this game. What a way to start a rivalry week here on ESPN.
The NCAA Women's Basketball Championship begins March 20th.
Dad, that's clean.
That's good, huh? Come around here and check it out, right? All right. That's smooth, right?
Like that?
Yeah. Check the big boy out. Navigation system.
I like that.
Beautiful leather seat. The seats are just real comfortable. See that? Hit that. Oh,
okay.
Huh?
That's hot.
I scored.
You look good in the car.
For sure.
I look good in this, I think.
You do.
So tonight, I think you should let me get the keys.
No way.
No.
The 2004 Lincoln Navigator. Travel well.
Cracked cranium. $10 copay.
Aye, aye. Aye, aye. Aye, aye.
Bruised cornea. $10 copay.
Okay.
Dislocated jaw. Fractured wrist. Mild concussion. $10 copay. No hurt feelings.
I'm poisoned.
Priceless. There are some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's MasterCard. Accepted by optometrists, neurologists, and orthopedists.
Hey guys, how was the game?
It's over.
Was it any good?
Well, the commercials were good, especially that bug commercial with the donkey. I like the Pepsi commercial. Yeah, the one with Jimi Hendrix and the axe. Doing axe. Let the axe go.
Hey, let's just go ahead and replay that World Series game.
Okay, you want game 3 or game 6? 6. Oh! Home run! He didn't even look. That ball was right.
I live for this.
Get ready. Major League Baseball's opening day is coming.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of NCAA basketball, presented by Bud Light. For the great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light. And in part by Lincoln. There are those who travel and those who travel well. And MasterCard. There are some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's MasterCard.
Rivalry Week presented by Cisco Systems. Syracuse and UConn getting it all going. This has definitely become one of the best rivalries in the country. And with his thoughts on that, Syracuse head coach Jim Boeheim.
Well, it's become a big, big rivalry. Over the years, it was St. John's and Georgetown, and now it's really shifted into Connecticut and Syracuse over the last lot of years. We've been banging heads pretty good, and there have been some great games and some great players over the years, and it's been a tremendous battle every year.
I'll tell you one thing, when Dave Gavin formed this conference back in 1979, when ESPN all started, he had the vision to create this. Just a special guy and a guy that really understood how this would be big. They had so many outstanding coaches, guys like Louis Cornelseca, John Thompson and company. Now you got these two heavyweights, and next year you add the likes of Rick Pitino and Bobby Huggins in 2 years as they come in.
Going to be a bigger and, it would seem, stronger basketball conference. And even in its current state, the Big East is having a very good year. One of the top 2 or 3 leagues in the country this season. Pace is a lefty. The follow by Warwick, and Hakeem Warwick has 8 points already, and as good as he is in so many different ways, he might be at his most dangerous, Dick, on the offensive glass.
Yeah, really attacking the offensive board. What really disappoints me, when I look at his blocked shots, only blocked 12 shots so far this year versus 42 last year.
Talik Brown misses the baseline runner, and back come the Orangemen without Billy Edelin, not playing again tonight, but with an early 4-point lead over UConn. McNamara a miss, rebound Okafor, and look how quickly UConn gets down the floor. Sets up an open 3 for Gordon.
I'll tell you, Talik Brown made that happen. He created the opportunity. And when Gordon is making shots, and Brown or whether it be Anderson off the bench, his game elevates. That's when Brown becomes a much more efficient point guard.
Pace, and a push is called on Ben Gordon. Let's go back to the transition 3.
I'll tell you, he can really run the ball and has great vision right here as you watch him run the ball up the court. Freeze it right there. Freeze it. Right there, he finds the shooter, and here's Mr. Gordon doing what he does best, shooting 45% from three-point range, averaging about 12.8 shots a game. As you said earlier, they want him to shoot about 20 shots a game.
They want him to take over to feel he's the best player on the floor. Kept in bounds by Pace, who has become a starter, taking over at least the position played by Carmelo Anthony. Big block by Charlie Villanueva.
Villanueva, a guy with a world of potential. He's got to get a little bit more physical. He's had some magical moments as a freshman. As you're going to watch the rotation of Villanueva as he comes over. Played high school with Lou Algebang.
Originally was going to go to Illinois. Warwick again with a miss. Rebound Okafor, and again UConn's going to push it.
Over for the first one down the court after the rebound.
Brown the floater. Yes.
Pace of the game right now, Mr. Shortman. The pace of the game is something that Connecticut is going to like. They appreciate the fact of playing at a faster pace.
First lead of the night for UConn.
Al Skinner really slowed it down. Almost struck a big upset.
the two highest scoring teams in the Big East. Connecticut #1, Syracuse #2.
They're doing a great job denying the ball to McNamara, and that's what I would do. He's their only legitimate perimeter shooter, and Brown has been denying him the basketball.
McNamara's got about 3/4 of the Syracuse threes. Rashad Anderson with a miss. Follow no good by Okafor. To the floor goes Storrs, and he gets a timeout call for Syracuse. I'd say we've got a rivalry here tonight. And a Big Monday presented by Bud Light continues, all a part of Rivalry Week presented by Cisco Systems. A Big 12 rivalry between Missouri and #17 Kansas, and then at midnight Eastern tonight, out of the Mountain West, it's Air Force against UNLV. For more information, log on to ESPN.com. You want to talk about a rivalry, the 249th time that Missouri and Kansas will meet.
I'll tell you one thing, Kansas coming off a loss to Iowa State, coached by a former Syracuse assistant, Wayne Morgan, had a big win, led by a diaper dandy that's under the radar, Curtis Stinson, outstanding performer. And then you talk about Missouri, certainly one of the major disappointments this year in college basketball. And then after that game, Air Force and UNLV, let me tell you a guy that deserves love and attention, Joe Scott, former assistant at Princeton. What a job. They're in first place in Mountain West. Air Force, and they're projected to be 8th. Amazing job he's done with the Cadets.
The Orangemen have gone cold since that great start. Let's see if they can get McNamara open. Uses the high screen there. Misses the shot, but Warwick with a great play to keep the ball in the hands of Syracuse.
Syracuse shooting the ball really a little bit too quickly, not making that extra pass. So far early in the game, Hakeem Warwick has been dynamite.
And you saw Edelin again not playing. A personal problem caused him to miss a few practices, but he didn't notify the team that he was going to be absent. He didn't play on the weekend, and he will not play here tonight. Hakeem Warwick has 10, and Dick, already tonight, Jim Calhoun has used Josh Boone, then he yanked him, brought in Hilton Armstrong. He yanked him, and now he's got Villanueva trying to defend Hakeem Warwick, who's already got 10 points.
Warwick's getting the ball in too deep right now, and he's got that feathery touch around the basket. There he is, and he's got that nice little fadeaway. He didn't make the Pan Am team, and he was upset. And the bottom line is he made Tom Izzo pay as he had a super game against Michigan State. They picked Carl Hayes over him, who we'll see tomorrow night with Kentucky against Florida.
Look at how Warwick's numbers, as you saw, have gone up and up, and he's already got 10 points here tonight. Ben Gordon will check back into the game for Talik Brown, so Gordon will operate as the point guard right now. And again, Gordon recovering from a broken nose. That's why he's got the face mask on.
UConn's had 5 fast break opportunities and has converted 9 points off those fast break opportunities. And Warwick has the last 5 baskets for Syracuse, playing brilliantly. What a great story last year. Carmelo Anthony leading him to the national title.
Jeremy McNeil on the floor right now for Syracuse. McNamara, a contested 3. Won't go down, and UConn running again.
McNamara, one of my favorite players because he's so tough. He's got such a mindset, loves to win and compete.
Denham Brown, good penetration, misses the 12-footer, rebound Okafor. Villanueva, oh, McNeil commits the foul. McNeil's a good shot blocker, but got a piece of the body right there.
Well, he's not playing up to his potential right now, McNeil. He's lost a little bit in terms of minutes. They did a great job reversing the basketball. I got to watch right here. Okafor on the inside. There he is. Nice little pass reversing the basketball.
Another sub coming in for Jim Boeheim. Another freshman, Louis McCroskey, who had a couple of big threes in a win over Notre Dame a couple of weeks ago. At times, and there are 4 freshmen in this class for Jim Boeheim, at times 2 or 3 of them may not even play in a game. But Jim Boeheim, partially because of Edelin being out, has gone to his younger players more recently than he has at times.
He's got 2 good ones coming in next year as well. Kid named Wright, who's at Oak Hill Academy, 6'6", comes from out of Syracuse, and Josh Wright from out of the Utica area, 6'1" guard, highly rated.
Dick McNamara on the bench. Edelin not playing tonight. Pace is the point guard. This is a challenge right now for Syracuse.
It really is. And one of their real problems in talking to Jimmy Boeheim has been consistency shooting the perimeter shot. You know what I get a kick out of? We were talking to Jim Calhoun, and I thought he said it best. He said, you know, people question us when they talk about the fact that you look at Mr. Boeheim, 28 years at Syracuse, he bleeds Syracuse orange. But more than that, what a beautiful guy. Everybody gets to know him, knows he's got a heart of gold, wants to help people. But you know, Jim Calhoun, Joe Leslie said, hey, we're 17-3. three, and it never seems to satisfy anybody.
Preseason #1. They lost early to Georgia Tech. They got back to #1 again, but right now are #5. But everybody's losing games. Everybody's getting knocked around in the rankings this year.
They went to a zone defense in that possession, which will force Syracuse to shoot some perimeter shots, and they really are a liability from the exterior.
Timeout called by Ben Gordon to keep possession for the Huskies, who have a 3-point lead over Syracuse. 11:49 to go first half. As we celebrate our 25 seasons of college basketball, let's flash back into the archives. This is Syracuse and UConn. We're going way back into the 1980s right now, right here in this building. Here is Alvin Frederick with a baseline jumper to tie the game at 69. Then Syracuse freshman Ronnie Cycli with a chance to salt it away. Couldn't get it to go. So the heroics are left up to Earl Kelly, who won it for Connecticut with his jumper 71-69.
They've had so many classic matchups. I'm going to lay on you. I know you wanted to hear it. You asked me earlier. My best 5 at Syracuse in the Jimmy Boeheim era. Pearl, without a doubt, Mr. Washington, Sherman Douglas, Billy Owens, and then you certainly got to talk about Carmelo Anthony as well. And you got to talk about Mr. Coleman, a Windex man, a glass eater, and that leaves off a lot of great players.
You know you've had a pretty good run when guys like John Wallace and Lawrence Moten aren't on the team.
I'll tell you one thing, the best ever to wear a Syracuse uniform from the Motor City, my friends. Detroit Piston fame, Mr. David Bing, a former teammate of Mr. Boeheim. What a backcourt they were. Boeheim threw the ball in bounds and got out of the way.
Ben Gordon going to the line right now for Connecticut.
You know, my best 5 for Connecticut is Jim Calhoun, and he's had 18 unbelievable years, and there's been so many great players. I go with Okafor in the middle. My backcourt, I go with Hamilton, and I go with Raymond Allen. I go up front with Danielle Marshall and Clifford Robinson. And then you throw in guys like Elamine and Chris Smith and Tate George.
Karam Butler.
Kevin Owley, Karam Butler. Only there for 2 years.
Second foul on Terrence Roberts as Gordon knocks it down and sends us to a timeout. UConn down early, but now up by 5.
Meanwhile, on the 4th floor...
When?
20 minutes ago.
An internet worm.
And a sneaky one, too. Came from the inside.
But the guys from IT said we're safe.
It was caught by the network, automatically. They say we're fine.
How does something like that get in here?
Hey, Daddy, I downloaded a new game on your computer. It's really cool.
Protecting networks and everyone around them. This is the power of the network. Now.
Away. Now that's what I'm talking about right there.
Don't be confused, baby.
The way is clear. I love it.
The new 2004 Lincoln Aviator. Travel well.
Think of this. It's itchy, flaky dandruff. The kind that keeps coming back. Shut it down with Neutrogena T-Gel. The #1 dermatologist recommended shampoo to help keep persistent itching and flaking away. Shut dandruff down. Neutrogena T-Gel. It works.
Epson T001. Canon BC31E.
Shopping for ink and toner in most stores is hit or miss.
HP C9720.
Come on.
A.
At Staples, we stock a huge selection of cartridges, so we guarantee we'll have the one you need. And right now, buy any 2 single or 1 twinner combo pack of HP ink and get 2 reams of HP multipurpose paper free instantly. Staples. That was easy.
Only one of these 12 fans will win their dream job. First quarter action.
Locked up in a tight one. 16 points in the first half.
As the next SportsCenter anchor. ESPN's Dream Job. Series premiere Sunday, February 22nd, 10 p.m. on ESPN.
Well, here we are on Big Monday presented by Bud Light. Tomorrow night it's Super Tuesday as Rivalry Week presented by Cisco Systems continues with a great doubleheader here on ESPN. First, Bracy Wright and Indiana get set to welcome the Illini to Bloomington at 7 Eastern. Again, you can see on ESPN HD. And then Dick and I'll be down in Gainesville. Number 9, Kentucky against number 21 Florida. Both the Gators and the Cats trying to bounce back from weekend losses.
I'll tell you one thing, Rowdy Reptiles will be in rare form. One of the great environments down here in Gainesville, Florida. Kentucky and Florida coming off, as you said, those tough losses. Florida to Tennessee, Kentucky to Vanderbilt.
You saw the run by UConn. They were down early, but now up by 5. And McNamara is back in the game for Syracuse as Jeremy McNeil lays it in.
McNeil hanging around the basket inside. Good low post player. There's that zone. Zone doesn't seem to really bother him right now. They're getting into gaps. They got some good shooters on the wings. But the number one way to beat that zone, especially a team like Connecticut, is in transition.
Okafor back into the game for UConn. Gordon throws it away. Nice steal by Terrence Roberts. The first turnover committed by Connecticut tonight. McCroskey long on the 3. And no, it's not Warwick over the back. It's the ball over the back of the backboard to turn it over to UConn.
McCroskey, as you look at Jim Boeheim, really believes he's got a heck of a future. Comes out of New York City, played at St. Raymond, same school that produced a guy by the name of Julius Hodge, who had a monster game yesterday against the Terps of Maryland on the road.
Gordon at the point right now for Connecticut with Talik Brown on the bench. Along with Okafor, Villanueva. There's Rashad Anderson. Nice dump down to Okafor.
Tremendous job in attacking the gaps of the zone. Form a little triangle. Use the high post guy. Execute really well as you're going to watch the ball go to the high post. Freeze it right there. Oh, man, you bring it right into there, and there's that triangle. Bring it down inside. Excellent play, and Okafor could finish it off, and now he's got to convert on that free throw line. They get a little triangle. Then you try to overload. You want 3 against 2.
Third foul on Roberts, so he's going to come out. At the next opportunity, Okafor at the line.
Roberts came from a great high school program, St. Anthony's. One of the all-time great high school coaches, does wonders there. Bob Hurley, the father of Bob Hurley Jr., who is a definition of what a point guard's supposed to be.
Josh Pace takes the place of Roberts for Syracuse. Connecticut has stretched the lead out to 6.
A lot of pressure right now on McNamara. He's not only got to be the scorer from the perimeter, he's got to handle the basketball as well.
Dick McNamara and Warwick have 14 of Syracuse's 16 points.
Yeah, it's not going to shock us, though. This guy's like unstoppable if he gets the ball in deep.
Now it's Warwick who will go to the line. 6'8", only 210 pounds. Okafor is the 4th different defender that Jim Calhoun has used on him tonight.
And I tell you, he loves the challenge right there. Warwick was in really rare form before the game, very confident in his ability. Look at those numbers. I'll be confident, too. You know, I mean, look at those numbers, how he's really improved as a player.
67% from the line on the season. First foul on Okafor.
You know, my top 10, if I gave my mid-season report and gave an A out, these 10 guys would get A's, man. First team would be Nelson Jackson, Ryan Gomes, Okafor, and Andre Emmett. And then my next group would be Duhon, Devin Harris, Francisco Garcia, Hakeem Warwick, and Ike Diago. Like those 10?
I'm really glad you have Ryan Gomes on the first team. This is an outstanding player who had an extraordinary game in an upset win over UConn just about 10 days ago. And it's about time Ryan Gomes starts getting a lot of national attention.
Well, he plays like, oh, look at his shot. Can't bring that inside, though. They got some shot blockers in that lane. Gomes had 26 in the win over Connecticut.
You know, UConn leads the country in blocks. It's not all Okafor. Villanueva and Boone get their share as well.
Villanueva, with a year under his belt, could become a superstar next season. He's just got to get stronger physically.
Here's Pace, not a shooter. Loves that little runner, though, as he gets into the lane, and he throws up what looks like a weird shot or a missed shot, but it goes in. Villanueva misses the 3. And it's Syracuse ball. The Orangemen getting right back into this.
You know, you win national championships when you have players like Pace who are role players and understand how to play. Look at the little nice pass he just made right there.
Rebound Warwick, his 5th of the game to go with 12 points already.
He's got those long arms, that excellent wingspan.
Steal by Gordon.
Goodbye. Up and away. Jam City from out of Mount Vernon, where they produced so many great players. The McRae brothers who went on to Louisville. Earl Tatum who played at Marquette. You can think of all the supers that have come out of here. The Williams brothers. You don't remember them, Ray Williams and Gus Williams, man.
All I remember is you can't turn it over against UConn or you wind up taking it out of the basket at the other end.
Mount Vernon's a great place for high school basketball.
Warwick trying to back down Okafor, the best shot blocker in the country, and he got him, his 3rd of the game.
What a challenge. He's trying to get. Here he goes again. second time, he said, in your face, Mr. Okafor.
These are two. We know Okafor's an All-American. Warwick is not far off. This guy is getting better and better by the week.
He really is. He's become a star.
Tie up, and the ball is going to go back over to Syracuse.
You know, last year, whenever they got in trouble, they had Carmelo to bail them out. But here goes Hakeem. He said, hey, I'm going to take, there's the piece blocked, and he has the guts to come right back at him. The second time, he says, okay, I'm going to get another one. Here it goes. This time, I'm going to fade away. See, he's got that fade-away J, and it's so tough to block.
Meanwhile, the turnover winds up an easy deuce to the other end, Dick.
There goes Ben Gordon, high riser, explosive. He's got to get a little bit, not tougher, as Jim Calhoun said, but he's just got to get a little more of a mean streak in him, Ben Gordon.
Josh Groom back into the game for Connecticut. Ball out of bounds will stay with Syracuse as we step aside. Connecticut leading by 2. When we come back, a closer look at Dickie V's All-American team. I think the big guy from UConn might be mentioned.
Dad, that's clean.
Looks good, huh?
Come around here and check it out.
All right.
That's smooth, right? Like that? Yeah. Check the big boy out. Navigation system. I like that. Beautiful leather seat. The seats are just real comfortable. See that? Hit that. Oh, okay. Huh? That's how I scored. You look good in the car. For sure. I look good in this, I think. You do. So tonight, I think you should let me get the keys. No way. No.
The 2004 Lincoln Navigator. Travel well.
From all across the land, they descend upon the island. These emperors of the end zone. Masters of the mind game. Sultans of the speed rush. Dominators of the deep route. What a catch! The Pro Bowl is on ESPN.
Hey, that's wide enough.
Football is the great game. These are its greatest players. The 2004 Pro Bowl, Sunday at 7:30 on ESPN.
Truth, justice, equal treatment under the law. Around the world and here at home, these words define America. But sometimes we need some help. For more than 30 years, the law offices of Warren Dance have proudly fought for the rights of working people throughout Central Illinois. If you've been the victim of a work injury or auto accident, call us for a free consultation. The law offices of Warren Dance. If you don't win, you don't pay.
Yahoo Hot Jobs can help you start the new year with a new job. Number 2, help those who help others. We'll be helping job seekers start 2004 off right, and we'll also be helping out the Junior Achievement Organization with a donation. Number 3, come into some bling bling. Sign up, post, or update your resume with Yahoo Hot Jobs for a chance to win a $20,000 signing bonus. For more information, visit hotjobs.com today. Above all, we resolve to help all Americans have a prosperous new year. Yahoo Hot Jobs. Find the right one.
Down here at the Civic Center in Hartford, where UConn sells out each and every game, and especially a tough ticket for this game. But some Syracuse fans found their way into the building. Here, Rivalry Week, presented by Cisco Systems. Dan Shulman and Dick Vitale with you in Hartford. You were talking a little bit about the All-American team. We know Okafor is going to be there. Who else is on that
Well, you
team?
got to like the little guy down at St. Joseph's where they're trying to run the table. Got a tough game tonight. I love him. You got to like Andre Emmett doing a phenomenal job for Bobby Knight. Ryan Gomes, Timmy Welsh's club. He's having a great year. And Luke Jackson's been sensational for Oregon. That's my 5. I believe you got to pick up my basic position and have guys that can play as a team and a unit, and they can.
Now, Player of the Year, 2-horse race between Jameer Nelson and Emeka Okafor. Look at Warwick. Holy cow.
I'll tell you one thing. Warwick is so much better than I anticipated. I mean, this guy is absolutely got a great first step, excellent touch. He has become a superstar. I may have to change my... See, this is mid-season. Postseason is what counts.
Okafor knocks one down. UConn by 2. Hakeem Warwick, though, is the big early story in this game. He has 16 points already for Syracuse.
And they've tried everybody in the world trying to guard him. Now they got Mr. Boone going to take a chance and see what he can do with him.
Boone was the guy who was guarding him early, and Warwick got 3 quick buckets on him. Good D there by Boone. UConn on the run.
You know, Boone gives him a lot of energy. The guy that gives him some rebounding.
Rashad Anderson.
He's been shooting the ball really well, Anderson, lately.
42 points in his last 2 games, but it's out of bounds to the Orangemen. You know, one thing about a Jim Boeheim team, and especially this group, having won the national championship, Edelin is out. They're shorthanded. They're on the road in a tough environment. They're not going to back down. This is not a group that scares.
Oh, wow. You got a bunch of guys out there that are wearing championship rings.
Yeah.
Not many people can say they won a national championship ring.
Pace handling the ball, trying to get McNamara free off some screens. Here he goes. What a feed.
What a great look by McNamara. You got to convert that.
Now McNamara for three. Way off.
He hurried it. He really hurried the shot. He was struggling a little bit earlier this year, had the groin injury, had a week off, came back strong. He'll bounce back.
Yeah.
They love him in Scranton.
They can boo him all he wants here. It's not going to get into his head. He's as tough as they come.
Sitting in that 2-3 zone. It's been so documented, so long and lean. They try to play passing lanes.
Okafor, the 10-footer.
He has really become an offensive weapon. He was a non-offensive weapon his first 2 years. Hey, we got to tease Mike Montgomery. He wanted to go to Stanford, but they had no scholarship.
Jim Calhoun told us that story today. Okafor was very raw, mechanical offensively, 40 pounds lighter than he is now his senior year in high school, but what a player he's developed into. Now two Orangemen players collide. It's 5-on-3.
He can shoot it, the Rainbow Joe, Mr. Gordon. He's had some subpar games, like against Georgia Tech. He struggled against Rice, Oklahoma, Georgetown, but he's had some major games. If he wants to be talked about in the class of Richard Hamilton and Raymond Allen, he has to add consistency and be a star every night.
Gordon with 10 first-half points to lead Connecticut. That collision between the two Syracuse players gave him a two-man advantage, Dick, going down to the other end.
Well, he doesn't need any help. Mr. Gordon just goes right to the three-point line. And then Mr. Okafor with the good hands, the great catch, the turnaround, Jay. He should be a much better free throw shooter with his touch.
Hey, this is just the first game of 3 on Big Monday, presented by Bud Light tonight here on ESPN. Missouri and Kansas after us, and then Air Force UNLV at midnight Eastern here on ESPN. It's all a part of Rivalry Week presented by Cisco Systems. Don't forget, over on ESPN2 at the top of the hour, one of the nation's 2 unbeaten teams, St. Joseph's, in a Big 5 matchup at Villanova. What do you think of that?
Oh, that's going to be one heck of a game. A lot of emotion there. Hey, transition game. Jimmy Stamos does a great job. Our stat guy shows me 14-0. Connecticut over Syracuse in the running game.
Warwick a miss. Bodies on the floor again. Connecticut as dangerous in transition as any team in the country. That would have been another transition 3 right there. Boone, meanwhile, is hurt behind the play for Connecticut, just now getting back into it. But Villanueva is going to take his place.
Hey, the top 3 running games in America, Arizona, North Carolina, and Connecticut.
Agreed.
Those 3 can really run up and down the court. North Carolina's got to do a better job defensively. I mean, they got to shut down the threes. Clemson made 11 for 13. Roy Williams will get it done, though. He's a Hall of Famer.
Dana Brown hot early, misses the turnaround, and the foul is going against Okafor, who does not like Jim Burr's call at all. For Okafor, it's his second, and Dick, this shot blocker, the best in the country, he's only fouled out once. He's only gotten to 4 fouls on 2 other occasions. He is not used to having to go to the bench with foul trouble, but he's going to the bench right now.
Well, he's an excellent shot blocker, and that timing is so important for shot blockers. He holds his ground. He doesn't go with fakes. Gets a little push there. The pace of the game, the tempo we talked about is vital in this game. Connecticut wants a faster pace. They have to like the pace right here versus what they've been facing recently.
Well, Syracuse might get 5 minutes now without Okafor in the game. This is a time to make a run. Pace trying to slither inside. He is fouled before the shot, and it'll be on Hilton Armstrong, I believe. Now Jim Calhoun having a conversation with Jim Burr about the Okafor foul at the other end of the floor.
He said, wait a minute, don't you understand Mr. Okafor is a superstar? Don't you understand he's a cover guy?
Give him some respect.
Yeah, you got to put him on the floor. These people here pay a lot of money in Hartford to come and see him play, not to be an assistant coach.
Well, Warwick might go to work here, Dick, without a shot blocker in the game.
Stepped on a line.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Stepped on that baseline, tried to attack the basket. He has become a special player, and there is a special coach. I'm telling you, he's closing in numbers now. In fact, both gyms are. They're getting close to Hall of Fame status. That's the numbers they're putting up.
Again, each with better than 660 wins, each with a national championship.
And that doesn't hurt now. Got that gold trophy.
And the utmost respect for one another as well.
And the Big East, to me, doesn't get the kind of respect nationally that it deserves lately. I thought last year they should have more than 4 teams.
McNamara got caught in the air. Denham Brown. Ben Gordon. And Brown is held by Pace.
Pace with the grab. Brown in good offensive rebound position. You know, Dan, I just mentioned about respect. Last year, I thought Boston College and Seton Hall should have been in the tournament. Louis Orr beat his buddy, beat his coach, Jim Boeheim, doing a great job with Seton Hall, with Andre Barrett and company.
Seton Hall won at Providence over the weekend, too. That's a major win for them because Providence is having a great season.
A major victory for Louis Orr and his kids down there at Seton Hall University.
Right now, you look at this league with Connecticut and Syracuse, obviously Pittsburgh, Seton Hall, and Providence. Notre Dame's not having the kind of season that they were expected to have so far.
Well, you know, the Irish are sitting about 10-7, and they got games at Boston College. They play Pittsburgh and Connecticut after that. Seton Hall at Syracuse at Connecticut. Ouch. Providence, ouch. Oh, does that hurt? Oh, my Grady, you got your work cut out for an NCAA bid this year.
Denham Brown, and now with 8. Every time McNamara touches the ball, he hears the chant of air ball. As you can see, the run that UConn is on right now to break the tie. Again, Okafor on the bench for Connecticut with 2 fouls. Here's Matt Gorman getting a rare chance to play. Sophomore forward for the Orangemen. Jim Boeheim's gone, by his standards, very deep into the bench already here tonight.
They're really putting a lot of pressure on McNamara, really attacking him, not giving him any open looks.
Nichols hits the 3.
That's big. They need somebody else to step up on the perimeter, make some open shots from the wings.
Just 22% on the season. Nichols knocks it down. Villanueva, baseline, no. Great job underneath by Armstrong to get the rebound and draw the foul.
See, the one great asset they have right now in Connecticut, they got very competitive practices because guys want playing time. That's the only way you're going to get on the floor. You're going to earn it in practice. That's what happened with Anderson. Earlier this year, he wasn't getting playing time. His dad was upset about it, called the coach. They put the speakerphone on. They talked about it. And he said, Dad, I got to play harder in practice. He did, and he's getting a lot more minutes now.
And they got a guy sitting out as a transfer, Ed Nelson from Georgia Tech, who's going to come into the program next year. He's an outstanding player.
2 great recruits coming in, A.J. Price and Rudy Gay, who's going to be a really outstanding players here. But they got this program rolling. This is one of the great programs in America now.
Got to hit free throws, though. Syracuse is a bad free throw shooting team, but they're good by comparison to Connecticut. Nichols again, feeling it right now.
Well, you know, he's coming off that nice start that he had in that game against Virginia Tech when he had 12 points and 8 rebounds and stepping into the starting lineup. But last year they played without Edelin for 12 games to start the season. They were 11-1, but a lot of those were cup games.
Yes, now it's conference play. And again, Edelin missed some practices because of personal problems, did not alert the team that he was going to be away. This is the second game that he's missed. Don't know when he'll be back. Denham Brown now with 10. Did we mention he's from Toronto?
Yeah, we said he's a Canadian. We took care of you.
Much improved player, though, you got to admit.
Yes, sir. Your beautiful wife's trying to get out of Toronto to join us in Gainesville.
McNamara won't stay down. Fork tries to follow. Ripped free, but a Syracuse foul as they just surrounded Armstrong.
What a crew we have here tonight. When you talk about certainly Jimmy Barr, Timmy Higgins, Curtis Shaw. As McNamara now going to spin down the lane. Doesn't get any open looks here tonight. There he is with the floater in the lane. That baby's in. That baby's supposed to be down.
Hilton Armstrong will go back to the line. So far tonight, Connecticut has done the job from the line. 9 for 12, but on the season, they're under 60%.
Yeah, I know that's really going to be an area to really focus on, especially when you get to the tournament. Hey, since 1990, you ready for this? UConn and Jim Calhoun have won 26 NCAA games. Prior to his arrival, they won a total of 4 NCAA games. He's had 9 Sweet 16s, 5 Elite 8s. He's got the gold trophy, the national title in '99 when they beat Duke for that national title with Ricky Moore, Alameda and company, Richard Hamilton.
Jake Bosco, a big part of that team.
Yeah, playing in the NBA now.
Big night last night for the Phoenix Suns. Nichols may be feeling it a little bit too much right now as he finally misses a shot after a couple of makes. Brown off to Villanueva and the foul.
Villanueva could be a star, Dan. He's got things you cannot teach. He's inside, outside. He can run the court. Made a smart decision when he took his name out of the NBA draft and really picked a program where they're going to work like crazy to develop him, and he will become a special player if he just listens to Jim Calhoun and his staff. Great assistant in George Blaney. George Blaney, a head coach for years. Such an asset to have, a guy like Blaney sitting next to you.
Villanueva knocks him down, so Connecticut, even with Okafor on the bench, a 9-point lead here at home.
Wow. Great. This is great, man.
Patriots, you're the youngest quarterback to win 2 Super Bowls. What are you going to do next?
I'm going back to Disney World!
Oh, Cedric, this is perfect.
Yeah, just you, me, and 6 of our best friends.
Ooh.
You know, I feel so good. I could just...
Oh, Cedric, I love when you dance.
I got a fire in my pants, girl.
Ooh, Cedric.
For the great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light.
The passage is intense. But if you complete the journey, you will find your destiny among the world's greatest warriors. The few, the proud, the Marines.
For centuries, humans have tried but failed to retain worldly possessions when crossing over. Finally, Radio Shack has made it easy to change your wireless service provider without giving up your existing number. Just bring us your current wireless bill and we'll take care of the rest. And right now, get a Motorola T730 color screen phone on sale for just $69.99 after mail-in rebate with 2-year agreement. So, while we can't promise you immortality, we can make this life a little easier at Radio Shack.
Dave Revson, Digger Phelps with you. Be sure to stay with us for the Bank One halftime report. We'll unveil the new top 25. A lot of movement after upset Saturday. Also, we're beginning the top 25 moments in ESPN college basketball history. We'll look at some buzzer beaters, Dave.
And the big man on campus, this guy's 5'8". Nate Robinson from the University of Washington Huskies.
We'll vote on the BMOC at the half. Dan and Dick.
All right, Dave and Digger, Dan and Dick, a lot of alliteration here in the building here tonight. A look at the top 10. We'll steal a little thunder from the halftime, guys. And I know you want to talk about Mississippi State all the way up to number 7.
Well, you know, Bowers and Roberts have been dynamite down there. This is Stansbury's club. They're 18-1, and the only loss was to Kentucky. Alternate possession. That thing's not there. They're 19-7. They're 19. What a year they're having down in Starkville.
You're not in favor of alternate possession.
Oh, I can't stand it. I hate it. I've seen it hurt so many teams.
Hey, with a timeout here as we celebrate our 25 seasons of college basketball, it's time to flash back into the ESPN archives.
This has Final Four feel to it. Number 3 against number 6, and 2 shining stars.
38.1 seconds left. Georgetown leads by 1. Hamlet with Iverson on it, throws one up. Unbelievable! Georgetown can win if they score. Iverson, Bates, missed it. Williams, he missed it as well. UConn survived. Look at the celebration.
Do you remember?
Oh, do I remember? Iverson and Raymond Allen. Are you kidding me? Getting paid to sit at courtside for that? Hey, who has more hair? We took a bet one time. I think I have more hair than he does.
I know who had more hair Saturday night.
Yeah, you did. No doubt about it.
Hey, as Dave Revson mentioned, and I got to believe that that moment's going to be high on the list, over the next few weeks, ESPN will unveil the top 25 college basketball moments that aired on our family of networks over the last 25 years. You'll see number 25 tonight at halftime of this game, and at every 7 o'clock game during the week, and then on every Saturday noon game at halftime. They'll keep counting down till we get to number 1 a few weeks from now.
McCloskey with a nice drive to the goal from out of New York City. You know what's a big stat right now? Connecticut's made 12 free throws, and Syracuse has only attempted 3.
Wow.
That's a major number.
And with Okafor again out for several minutes, you got to believe Syracuse is going to start going to the basket, right?
So McCluskey attacked the goal right there. Now they're going to go inside.
Gorman misses the turnaround. Rebound to Villanueva. Here they go on the run again. And Talik Brown will go to the line now for UConn.
Talik Brown came out of New York City as a high school star, and it was a threesome at that time. Andre Barrett and Omar Cook, the three of them were rated so high. Barrett doing a fantastic job for Seton Hall. I don't know till this day why Omar Cook listened to the wrong people when he could have been a superstar right now on a collegiate level.
Talik Brown bricks the free throw. He's had trouble in that department on the season, just like Okafor has. Warwick is back into the game, 16 points. Brown, in the last 13 games, has really taken it up a notch in the assist-to-turnover department. Not a big scorer, not a good shooter. Everybody knows that, but he runs the team.
Yeah, he really does. He knows how to get the ball. He's a distributor in basketball.
Foul on Armstrong over the back.
And you're not going to win in college basketball without strength at that point guard slot. That's why when you look at Jim Boeheim, how important Billy Edel it is to that team.
Tomorrow night, Super Tuesday, is Rivalry Week presented by Cisco Systems continues. It's Bracy Wright in Indiana against D. Brown in Illinois at 7 Eastern on ESPN HD. And then an SEC battle. Dick and I'll be down in Gainesville to see Kentucky against Florida. Kentucky so experienced, so tough. Florida so good offensively. A major game in the SEC tomorrow night at 9 Eastern.
Well, talking to our buddy and colleague Larry Conley, who's sort of very familiar with them, had that game with Tennessee and Florida. Florida's got to do it on the defensive end. As you look at these numbers here, they were showing some improvement. What a turnaround. They blew out. They blew out Tennessee by 38 and then lost on the road.
Missed free throw by Warwick. Here comes Gordon.
The Raven wanted a high lob. He wanted a high lob, but they didn't see him.
Connecticut has not lost anything off their lead in the last 4 minutes since Okafor went to the bench with 2 fouls.
There was 7 when it went out. It's 7 right now.
Tie up, and it'll be UConn ball.
The zone really not bothering UConn. They're getting shots. As you look at Mr. Okafor sitting on that sideline with Coach Moore, Coach Blaney and company, they would rather have him on the floor than an assistant coach. What a great kid, too. Talked to him in the hotel lobby. Just a beautiful young guy. He's going to graduate on time.
Great student.
He is, you know, I put him in a category with the David Robinsons, the Tim Duncans as people. We don't know if he become that kind of player, but as people.
Denham Brown for 3.
He could shoot it. And I noticed a little touch in your voice when you said Denham Brown. I mean, you Canadian.
You got to take care of your own, John Saunders, right? 13 for Brown and the biggest lead of the game for UConn.
Jerry McNamara really being played tough.
Hey, I know this. If there was a Sarasota kid with 13 points, I'd be hearing about it here tonight.
No doubt about it. You're going to hear about it anyway if you can't play. Take a look right here. There's the kick out. You drive, you draw, you dish it to a guy that can shoot it. And Denham Brown, a better than 45% three-point shooter.
He's already surpassed his average with 13 tonight. Came in at about 12 and a half.
Boy, look at the numbers, though, what achieved during the Jim Calhoun era. It's amazing when you think about what he's done. In fact, these two programs are the winningest programs the last 15 years in the Big East. Connecticut with 369 wins, Syracuse with 350.
And now Connecticut's going to use a little clock. We got about a 3-second difference between the game clock and the shot clock, so UConn's going to let it run down.
Syracuse certainly a different club. When you lose a key player from your starting lineup who averages 14 points a game and doesn't turn the ball over, that's a major loss. Look at the crowd here. They love it. They appreciate their Huskies. They're wild about their Huskies in Connecticut.
Gordon in traffic, and Tim Higgins calls it a tie-up. So with 6.5 seconds to go, Syracuse will get it back.
You know, you think about the women's program here as well. One of the great stories of all of college basketball, Diana Taurasi, a special, special talent. Maybe the best ever to play women's basketball.
Hey, this state loves its hoops. 2 great programs here in Connecticut. Boy, look at them bodying up on McNamara. Where's the call? Where's the bump? Where's the foul, Dickie V?
Well, you know, right here, I got blocked out by the camera crew here in front of me. But Jimmy Boeheim can't believe it either. He's very upset. Come on now, they bumped him out of bounds.
Well, 3 very good officials agree there was no foul. Gordon. And Jim Boeheim is out on the floor talking to Curtis Shaw. about the lack of a call. Denham Brown with a big first half for Connecticut, 13 points, and despite
in history. So number 25 is simply an extended dance remix of all the great buzzer beaters we've seen, and no digger, we have a special place for Danny Ainge. That one's reserved for later.
Number 25.
Miller, the floater off the glass. Goliath tried to follow Van Horn. Will he get it? He got it! He did it again!
There it is to Stansbury. Got 2 seconds. Stansbury lets it go with 2. Temple wins it.
Throws for 3. Doesn't get it.
Brasso! Comes up big!
It is Bedlam in New Orleans. Juan Johnson gets a 3-pointer in overtime to win.
Down to 5 seconds. Simpkins has to force it up, take it away. He got it back. Joe Smith with a tip-in. Joe Smith wins it at the buzzer with a tip-in.
Surratt going to the bucket again. 2-point game.
They are not giving it up, are they?
They got it! Right!
They get it! Oh! Unbelievable!
Kentucky's got a chance to win if they score. Muhammad drives and lays it up off glass. Wait a minute, it's good! Nazi Muhammad with the lob shot.
This guy throws it long over everybody.
Lecker can win it! Oh, he does! Does it count? Yes, it does!
And a huge break for Arizona. They still got a chance to win it. Khalid Reeves got it! Wildcats win! Can you believe it?
Shot clock is off. Put in the hands of one of the premier point guards. He's got size. Tough shot. Spins out on him. Fight. Calabria throws it up from the ground. Oh, the buzzer! And the count! Unbelievable!
Still to come after a week filled with dramatic upsets. We're looking for your opinion. This is time to crown a 5'9" cornerback as the BMOC.
This halftime report is presented by Bank One's Personal Platinum, the credit card that's issued by us, but created by you.
And cash or credit? Hey, Bank One.
I'm just really into whales.
I love fish sticks.
Find the card that fits you best.
Oh, she's so cute.
Bank One. Individual answers.
Let's see what we got today. Where's the jersey? There's the jersey. You've been outbid. I've been outbid. Yeah. That's it. I'm switching to Earthlink.
Speed up your internet with new Earthlink Accelerator. Web pages load up to 5 times faster than regular dial-up, and you don't need new hardware. Call 1-800-EARTHLINK and get 6 months of dial-up service featuring Earthlink Accelerator at half price. Move to Earthlink. It revolves around you.
Hey, Randy, I need an ink cartridge.
We all have needs, Julie.
It's got sprinkles. Thanks.
Legal pads.
Can I get some pens?
I need some file folders.
Half a Danish, half a folder.
Say, Randy, I went to Staples.
Staples, Randy.
It was easy, Randy.
Very easy.
What do you want from me?
Cream puff.
You monster.
Staples.
That was easy.
At BASF, we don't make the mattress, we make it softer. We don't make the boots, we make them drier. We don't make the house, we make it livelier. We don't make the snowboard, we make it stronger. At BASF, we don't make a lot of the products you buy, we make a lot of the products you buy better. BASF.
Pushing myself to the limit is what this is all about. And I need an antiperspirant that can keep up. That's why I use High Endurance Clear Gel. Try it. If you don't like it, Old Spice will buy you a stick of something else. A clear gel that strong? I'm there. Old Spice High Endurance Clear Gel.
The crying, it's a good thing?
It's a very good thing.
A Valentine's Day gift from Kay means 2 things. Every diamond is hand-selected, and she'll absolutely love it.
You're still crying.
I'm still happy. Every kiss begins with K. And cash or credit? Hey, Bank One. Bank One. Seriously, I've seen these all day. It's like a revolving door. Bank One, Bank One. I'm going to be sleeping. Bank One. Oh, Helen, another Bank One. You're right. I owe you lunch. Is that you?
Find the card that fits you best. Bank One. Individual answers.
Welcome back to the Bank One halftime report.
UConn up by 10 at the break. Time to vote. ESPN.com, men's college basketball page. Want to know who was last week's big man on campus? Digger, your thoughts?
Well, I really like Nate Robinson. He really did a great job in upsetting when you look at teams going down. Arizona, 31 points, 5 steals. He's 5'9", cornerback, and just decided to play with basketball, and you just like how he makes it.
They have Rick Neuheisel to thank for him. He's got some ground to make up, though. Hey, the mid-majors get their chance to take center stage February 21st. Bracket Busters Saturday. What's the best game, Digger?
Well, I think Manhattan, Wisconsin, Milwaukee, great matchup when you look at Bruce Creel against Bobby Gonzalez. Key matchup for both teams.
Second half, just ahead from Hartford.
This halftime report is presented by Bank One, where you get individual answers.
Meanwhile, on the 4th floor...
When?
20 minutes ago.
An internet worm.
And a sneaky one, too. Came from the inside.
But the guys from IT said we're safe.
It was caught by the network, automatically. They say we're fine.
How does something like that get in here?
Hey, Daddy, I downloaded a new game on your computer. It's really cool.
Protecting networks and everyone around them. This is the power of the network. Now.
So just when I'm thinking, isn't there a car out there I could get excited about? Wham! There's this car with all this stuff. Then as I'm thinking, now here's a car I could see myself in. Wham! There's this other car with all this stuff. And just as I'm thinking, how could this possibly get any sweeter? The all-new Mazda 3 and Mazda 3 5-door. Rethink what's possible.
I lied to myself that it was over. It wasn't over, and it would get worse before the end. Max Payne 2, the fall of Max Payne. When you're looking down the barrel of a gun, time slows down. Your own life flashes by. Out now on PC, PlayStation 2, and Xbox. Rated M for mature.
Thanks for loaning me your car.
Hey, no problem. The brakes don't work too good.
What?
The brakes aren't too good.
What? Hey, you need a muffler. You need brakes. You need a muffler shop. Come on.
TMS Auto Care takes great care of my car. That's where it is now. TMS Auto Care. You know, the muffler shop. Send a friend.
I can always tuck them in at night.
I can stop waiting. I can keep winning.
I can.
Can you? You can with Insight Broadband High-Speed Internet. It's faster than dial-up and DSL. And only Insight lets you say,
I can.
I can.
I can. Can you?
call today to get Insight Broadband High-Speed Internet. What's your insight?
ESPN's exclusive presentation of Rivalry Week is presented by Cisco Systems. This is the power of a network, now. And in part by Mazda. There's a soul of a sports car in everything we make.
Ben Gordon with 2 of UConn's 16 fast break points here tonight. A lot of interested observers from the next level here in the arena.
They came to see my jump shot. Did they come to see my jump shot? Look at all those NBA people. Rudy Tomjanovich, John Jackson.
Bernie Bickerstaff.
Yes,
23 NBA scouts are here to watch Okafor and Warwick and Villanueva and everybody else. What about Syracuse and McNamara? What a tough job he had without his partner Edelin in the backcourt with him.
They didn't come to watch us.
They didn't.
But
We're
anyway,
past our prime.
I can tell you this right now. McNamara certainly misses Edelin because Edelin's the guy that gets him free. I know he had the big game against Virginia Tech, but this is a different level right here playing against Connecticut. And right now, Warwick certainly kept them in a basketball game to respectability. Denham Brown had a big game in the first half, or a big first half. He only had a total of 11 points his last 2 games. He's got 13 already.
Time now for our Cisco Systems game track. And it begins with fast break points that we were talking about. You turn it over against UConn, and you're done.
Well, look at the advantage here, 16-0. And what they're talking about there is also making free throws, getting fouled in transition. And there's Mr. Brown showing the long-range J, having a great game. Hakeem Warwick inside, showing why he's an All-American choice. This guy has become a superstar.
Warwick with 16. But he's about all the offense for Syracuse at times. McNamara had 4 points in the first 30 seconds of the game and did not score the rest of the first half.
Well, he missed his next 6 shots because he had so much pressure on him.
Villanueva getting a start here in the second half. He travels. He's out there in place of Josh Boone. Time now for the Mazda halftime stats. UConn out shooting Syracuse and getting it done at the line. And again, the biggest difference in this game, the fast break points, the transition game of the Connecticut Huskies.
You know, Connecticut misses a guy like Josh Boone who was out with the shoulder injury, and you bring in a talent like Villanueva who had a big first half, 6 points. McNamara with a little curl move as you look at Josh Boone on the sideline, getting some ice on that shoulder. Nice little curl move by McNamara. What a great story, winning that national title last year, beating Kansas, marching on. In fact, they dominated the Big 12.
Yep, and they beat 4 Big 12 teams in the tournament last year. Of course, Anthony was a freshman, McNamara was a freshman, Edelin was a redshirt freshman. But despite all that inexperience, that's what they won.
That's Bernie Fine's ring, their fine assistant coach, who I can never understand why has not gotten an opportunity to be a major college head coach.
Now, Bernie gave it to you to get the picture taken. Did you give it back?
I gave it back, and I hated you. I would love to wear that ring. They're going to be so proud in Syracuse.
Connecticut leading by 8. Nice feed inside, and Okafor is fouled by Nichols.
Nice unselfish play by Villanueva, dumping the ball to the interior to Okafor. See, that's the one great strength of both these coaches, getting players to understand their roles. I got a phone call today from Pat Williams, who's doing a book on Coach Wooden. And when we talked, he wanted to know what made him so special. And I think what made him special, obviously, you got to have great talent. But he got that talent to understand how to be unselfish and to play as a unit. And that's what these guys do so well, Calhoun and the Boeheim.
Well, they have very different personalities, but they both get their message across to their players.
Different styles of play. Doesn't matter. There's all kinds of people in this world, man. You got, you know, all kinds of people. You got shy people like myself, people like you.
How you ever communicated to your players is beyond me, being as shy as you were. I'd love to get some old footage of you as a coach. McNamara, tough leaner. Another rebound for Okafor. They give the big guy the credit for the outlet pass. He starts the transitional line.
Did a great job with that outlet pass.
I smell a dunk.
You almost right.
Pace. What a wingspan on Hakeem Warwick. Baseline jumper is good for Nichols.
I'll tell you, Nichols has stepped up, knocked 2 big jumpers here tonight. That's one of the real problems with Syracuse, finding perimeter shooters.
A 3 for Nichols. He's got 8. And again, he's the guy getting the minutes with Edelin not playing tonight.
Nice pass.
Villanueva and 1.
Great look inside. Villanueva hanging around the box inside, got right into the open gap of that zone. They banged it right to the inside. There it is, that diagonal look. See, he split the 2 defensive players. A post guy 4th and a wing player.
The foul on 4th, his first.
He's 7 for 7 on the line, Mr. Villanueva. What a combination. Lou Aldang playing for Duke and Villanueva on the same high school team last year.
Villanueva 65% on the year, but as Dick mentioned, a perfect tonight. Another miss by McNamara. Denham Brown leads the Huskies back up the floor.
Nice kick out.
Turned it over on the travel. Let's go back a couple of possessions to when Warwick attempted to defy gravity.
Wow, look at that wingspan. Look at that wingspan. 747, baby, hit the back. Everything else has been falling. Fadeaway jumpers, and the dunk doesn't go.
They track his dunks in their media notes. Pete Moore does a great job. He's got 48 dunks this season.
And he's McNamara not getting any open looks, but those are tough shots.
Okafor goes to the floor hard with Warwick, and Jim Burr's got a foul on Hakeem Warwick.
You know, right now we talk a lot about that 2-3 zone, and it slides, but the bottom line is Connecticut's man-to-man defense has been very effective here tonight. They've done an amazing, tough job on Mr. McNamara.
First foul on Warwick, not much doubt about it when you saw the replay. Connecticut with the ball and a 10-point lead.
Hey, how good is Pittsburgh, my friends?
Yep.
J.B. Dixon's got to be a diaper dandy of the year.
Brown, the rebound. Gordon kicks it out. Talik Brown. Villanueva, no. Partially blocked. Okafor is strong enough to get it down.
Okafor hanging around the basket. They jump with joy. The Storrs Connecticut faithful. I told Jimmy if I was coaching, man, I wouldn't worry about making the cash and bring him to Hartford. I'd keep this team at the Gampell Pavilion. I wouldn't let everybody come on down there and try and play them.
Nichols to foul his third. Too close to call between Okafor and Jameer Nelson for Player of the Year, or do you give one guy the edge?
Right now, you've got to give the edge to Jameer Nelson. He's been a little stronger all year long, but he's coming on big time. Okafor. Remember at the beginning of the year, he had back spasm. Yeah. Had a little slow start. Had that game against Georgia Tech when they were blown out.
Okafor tonight, 14 points, 10 rebounds, and 3 blocks.
He is coming on strong. He's had some great games offensively recently.
Here's Pace, loves to penetrate. Again, throws up that one-handed shot, won't go down. Loose ball to Talik Brown.
He's got a trailer, Villanueva. He's got a trailer. He's got a trailer. Yes, my friend. This is one of my Final Four teams. The Huskies of Connecticut. You asked me to pick a Final Four. I got Connecticut penciled in. On a neutral, they're going to be very tough to beat.
Warwick gets Villanueva in the air and draws the foul. Now let's talk and look again at this unbelievable transition game UConn has.
Now take a look at transition. There's the angle. Great angle cut. They work on that all the time. It's a thing of beauty. Just like North Carolina when they run their fast break. May to Felton to McCants. Roy Williams, a great teacher.
But to see a guy as big as Villanueva get down the floor that quickly, how many players in America can do that?
Let me tell you this, Dan. He is going to be a special player. Not just another player. He is going to be a special player. As you look at the rest of the team here versus Hakeem.
He is carrying them on his back right now, but even with what he's doing, it's not nearly enough. 13-point lead UConn.
Well, you're not going to beat this Connecticut team with 2 guys putting points on the board. You got to have some help, and unfortunately, one of the guys that could be helping him is sitting on the sideline, Billy Ederle. I don't want to make him out to be Dave Bing, but he is certainly a valuable player for this basketball team.
Ford sets a screen, trying to free up pace. He's a lefty. Will they give him continuation? No, they won't.
No, he got fouled prior to releasing the shot. You know, I talked about my Final Four, and we mentioned the other night. Right now, I certainly love the defense of Duke, and they're going to have a tough game with North Carolina. We can't wait for that. Start of an unbelievable rivalry between Coach K and Roy Williams. And then I love Stanford. They're balanced.
You've got Stanford, Arizona on ABC Saturday afternoon.
You know, Stanford showed so much heart coming back from 19 down in the second half against Oregon on the road. And playing without one of their stars, Justin Davis. And then I love Gonzaga, the Zags. You heard me telling Mr. Boeheim and also Mr. Calhoun how much I love them.
Nichols picks up the foul, his 4th. When Jeremy McNeil came in, Nichols went to the bench. He figured he was going to come out, but Jim Boeheim's unhappy with 4th, so 4th sits down, and now Coach Boeheim gets Terrence Roberts up. He'll come in for Nichols, who's got 4 fouls. He's actually given them a lift offensively today.
Well, those freshmen are going to be very good eventually when you put McCloskey and company and Nichols and Roberts.
Kept alive by Okafor. Another opportunity for UConn.
So you got to flash right to the open seam in that zone. Okafor's got to flash, find the opening right in the 3-second area. Slide into that open area.
Okafor the turnaround.
Nice job of breaking the zone, getting in deep, moving the basketball, reversing it. 16 for Okafor. Warwick, nice beat to McNeil. Hakeem Warwick, I am absolutely amazed at the way his game has elevated just from last year. He just keeps getting better and better and better.
And assuming he hangs around, he's got one more year to improve even more. How about that?
The Storrs
Van Gordon with a dozen. He's a star. He's one of the premier perimeter players in college basketball. He's just got to do it on a regular basis. Averaging better than 17 points per game. I mentioned Pittsburgh earlier. They manhandled Syracuse at Syracuse. They held them to 45 points, the lowest total for a Syracuse team under Jim Boeheim. That Pittsburgh team may have lost Knight and Zavascus and Lett, but they are still deep and tough and talented. Bowser doing a great job at that point guard slot, stepping in for Knight, giving him some scoring. And I'll tell you this, Chris Taft may be one of the better freshmen in America, doing a phenomenal job, and they're so physical. Jim told me, Boeheim, he said, I can't emphasize enough how physical and how tough those kids are. You're looking at the new top 25 just announced a couple of hours ago. Connecticut is now number 5. Syracuse, as you can see, number 20 as Pace misses the second, and back come the Huskies up by 14. Really playing well tonight. They like the pace, the tempo we talked about earlier. Rashad Anderson misses the 3. Talik Brown with a rebound. You know, Anderson a little quiet here tonight from out of Lakeland, Florida, home of the Detroit Tigers training camp. Almost went to Florida. The Gators really wanted him. Had 42 points in his last 2 games. Gordon left open on the wing. Back comes Pace. Got to stop the basketball. See how quickly they find McNamara? They get right up in his face. Great coaching. Pace with a turnaround, no. Villanueva, strong rebound. I like Villanueva. I'm telling you, he's a great young player. Okafor from Talik Brown. Okafor with the catch. I'll tell you one thing, he's no 6'10". He's about 6'9", but he plays a lot bigger with that shot blocking ability. He's one of my all-human races on a collegiate level. Tough shot. McNamara, not there for him tonight. It's almost as if UConn saying, Warwick, you get yours. We're going to shut down McNamara. They're right up in his face. Anderson. Last year, you know, they beat him in double digits twice. In fact, they were the last team to beat him before they went on a run and won the national title. That look just about says it all if you're a fan of the Orangemen here tonight. UConn with their largest lead of the night. When we come back, a sneak peek at Dickie V's Player of the Year candidates.
With ESPN Full Court, you'll get the most out of the second half of the college basketball season. Order now.
The praise that Mazda 6 has received for applying sports car engineering to a sedan will appeal to all sorts of people. For the safety conscious, the highest government safety rating. For the consumer-minded, the highest rated midsize sedan among owners. And 50 international awards for the speed readers. The Mazda 6. Lease a new 2004 Mazda 6i for $219 a month for 48 months with $25.19 due at lease signing.
Whoa. Digital widescreen high-definition TVs with digital auto convergence and HD component video inputs. 65-inch widescreen display, translucent OSD, dual tuner, picture-in-picture, plus high-speed velocity scan modulation. Don't touch.
Hey guys, check out the game in high def.
Thousands of possibilities. Get yours. Best Buy.
Only one of these 12 fans will win their dream job.
First quarter action.
Locked up in a tight one. 16 points in the first half. As the next SportsCenter anchor. ESPN's Dream Job. Series premiere Sunday, February 22nd, 10 p.m. on ESPN. Sponsored by the Bat Blue.
I got you something.
Oh, you shouldn't have. Oh, this is nice. And here's yours. I know it's not fancy, but it's what's inside that counts. And what's inside is Labatt Blue.
Wow.
Huh?
I love it.
Break out the blue. Labatt Blue.
Awesome gift.
Oh, yeah.
It's man versus the laws of physics. The PBA Tour. The march to the PBA World Championship continues at a new time. The PBA 61st U.S. Open. Sunday at 12:30 p.m. on ESPN.
We're going to watch Jim Calhoun now and his Connecticut Huskies, how they attack the famed 2-3 zone. Look at the ball movement. Right here. Freeze it right here. See, right here. He's going to draw 2 here, and they're going to lock him to the post. They're going to get him in deep. They got the good angle right there. Once the ball gets in there, he's got plenty of room to operate. They came out strong on the shooter, Anderson on the wing.
who came in the game shooting exceptionally well, and then Okafor in a little one-on-one maneuver. They created a one-on-one opportunity against the zone with ball reversal and good 45-degree angle to enter the basketball.
Anderson for three. Too easy on the inbounds play.
I'll tell you, they are really playing well. You got Gordon playing very aggressively tonight. You got Villanueva off the bench has been a star. You got Okafor dominating like an All-American with his 14 double-double.
And you got Syracuse without Billy Edelin. McNamara is 1 for 12. Jim Boeheim's got a couple of freshmen on the floor right now. And this game is turning into a mismatch. Gordon for three.
Look at Villanueva. Wow, I thought he had contact right there. Long and lean.
Count the bucket. The steal by Talik Brown. And the goaltend by McNeil.
Talik Brown, one of New York City's finest in high school. Part of a threesome. Look at it. Anticipation. Great play. I tell you, they're all celebrating right now in New England as you see the score with the winning of that Super Bowl last night.
What a finish.
Great game. Tom Brady the winner. They're going to have a lot more to cheer about in this town, in this area as well with this basketball team.
Warren. You know, Jerry McNamara, in his 3 games in his career against UConn, is 3 for 28. He's just 1 for 12 in this game here tonight, having to work hard for every shot.
And he's such an unbelievably competitive player and a winner.
Got a foul on McCroskey. Well, we told you about it. We're going to look at Dick Vitale's candidates for Player of the Year. Emeka Okafor is on everybody's list. This is a short list. These are the top 3 candidates?
Yeah, you know, I think so. When you look at Emmett's having a great, great year. You could throw in names like Garcia certainly as well from out of Louisville. But the bottom line is, I think it's a 2-man race. I think it's Nelson and Okafor. It's Nelson's right now. It's in his hands unless he would have folded somehow down the stretch. I really think he's got a great chance, but Okafor coming on strong.
How much does it matter if St. Joe's finishes the regular season undefeated?
Oh, I think that doesn't hurt, my friend, any shape or form. But they got a tough date tonight at Villanova. Hey, this Big East, I'm telling you, doesn't get the respect. Last year, 4 teams. They should get 6 teams this year, at least out of this conference.
You saw the score. You're sitting at home on the bottom line right there. St. Joseph's leading Villanova 21-8 early.
Wow, nice play.
And a foul by McNeil over the back of Okafor. It's all UConn right now.
They're really exceptionally quick in transition and playing so well together. Really are focused here today. Had that tough game with Boston College. You talk about an underrated player, Craig Smith.
Yes.
You know, Al Skinner's done a heck of a job as the win over North Carolina State because that team lost so much from last year. Jim Boeheim, very controlled. You know, I love about Jim. He gives so much. He and his wife, Julie, very active with the Coaches versus Cancer. They have a big gala event. Tony Kornheiser, our own Tony, is going to be the MC for that big event, raising thousands and thousands of dollars to battle cancer.
Jim Boeheim still seeking an explanation from Jim Burr about something. He's got bigger problems tonight. His team down 21.
Meanwhile, in Dad's office...
I'll be right back, honey.
Defending the network from human nature. This is the power of the network. Now.
And cash or credit? Hey, Bank One.
I'm just really into whales.
I love fish sticks.
Find the card that fits you best.
Oh, she's so cute.
Bank One. Individual answers.
So just when I'm thinking, isn't there a car out there I could get excited about? Wham! There's this car with all this stuff. Then as I'm thinking, now here's a car I can see myself in. Wham! There's this other car with all this stuff. And just as I'm thinking, how could this possibly get any sweeter? The all-new Mazda 3 and Mazda 3 5-door. Rethink what's possible.
What stands the test of time? Our strongest bonds, our fundamental values. At New York Life, our humanity, integrity, and financial strength provide protection and security for millions of families through changing times. Value make New York life the company you keep.
And cash or credit? Hey, Bank One. Bank One. Seriously, I've seen these all day. It's like a revolving door. Bank One, Bank One. I'm going to be sleeping. Bank One. Oh, Helen, another Bank One. You're right. I owe you lunch. Is that you?
Find the card that fits you best. Bank One. Individual answers.
This is the beginning of Rivalry Week, presented by Cisco Systems on a big Monday, presented by Bud Light. This is a great rivalry, but it's a bit of a rout right now. UConn's playing as well as they have at any point this season.
Well, you know, it's awesome, baby, for the UConn. Look at these guys, relaxed there, taking life easy. Hey, you know, Jimmy Boeheim, when you think about it, he has won more games other than you got Mr. K with 60 wins in the tournament, Bobby Knight with 42, and Olsen with 42, then followed by Boeheim with 38. It's also produced some guys that have become pretty good coaches. Guys like Wayne Morgan now at Iowa State, Louis Orr at Seton Hall, Timmy Welsh at Providence, Ralph Willard at Holy Cross, and then a guy by the name of Mr. Pitino.
I was waiting for that.
Rick Pitino. Had a nice conversation with Rick today, you and I, when we were at breakfast.
And he is going to, he's back with the team now and hoping to deal with the pain that he's been going through, stay with the team through the end of the season, feeling, and rightly so, that Louisville team's got a chance to have a very special year.
Well, you know, the good news is they haven't found anything, that he looks like he's going to be okay, but the bottom line is he's still got some pain.
Look at this. Look at this.
It's up and away. No stopping them. They don't have enough firepower or offense right now. Syracuse, you know, 11 minutes on the game, you could say, well, they can come back. We saw a 24-point turnaround versus North Carolina. We've seen turnarounds like the 19-point deficit, Stanford coming back. But you look at Syracuse, where are they going to get offense?
Yeah. There are two good scorers on the floor, Warwick and McNamara. McNamara's having a rough night. There he knocks one down. His first make since the first minute of the game.
You know, he's able to square his body on that shot. He got a good look, move without the ball. Tonight he's got to be able to pound the ball into the floor so often. Nobody else to handle.
McCroskey from the baseline. Warwick with the offensive rebound. McNamara had it blocked by Talik Brown.
I thought he got fouled there.
You're not the only one. Jim Boeheim agrees with you, but no call. And we have reached the under 12 media timeout. The lead still 21 for Connecticut. How this team was put together when we come back.
When I first met my girlfriend, I didn't know what to say or what to give her. Now, I've gotten better at both.
A 3-stone diamond necklace from Kay means two things. Every diamond is hand-selected, and she'll absolutely love it.
We get writer's block just like anybody else does. You just have to work through it. Stink.
John, 5 minutes. Good. Great.
Deadlines looming. Pressure's intense.
Got the opening yet?
I'm gonna need a minute. You just look to find a moment of inspiration.
What prize with Kanye?
It's magic when you find that right word and it just fits that thing.
If you were writing a story on the BCS, how would you start it?
Excuse me.
I'll wait.
My work is done, I know what I'll do. Not the same old thing, I'm trying something new. Living it up don't have to cost a lot. The simple pleasures in life are what I got.
The hearty taste of the cheddar melt is back in McDonald's. Melted cheddar cheese sauce and grilled teriyaki onions, smothered on a beef patty topped with a fresh fry bun. Add fries and a Coke and make it a meal.
McDonald's. I'm loving this.
Okay, people, pop quiz time. Jack, your customer asks you about losing signal if it rains or snows. Respond.
I tell them there's nothing like a good book on a lousy day.
Good. Nancy?
Why do I have to sign a contract for a year?
Commitment builds character.
Excellent. Sid, what if they complain about all the hassles?
Try digital cable.
Get out.
Questions about satellite dishes? Inside Digital is the answer.
Before Jim Calhoun got to Connecticut, to say Connecticut was a national power would have been a laughable statement. They certainly are that now, and they recruit on a national scale. Despite Connecticut being the third smallest state in the union, they get players from all over the place, all over the country, and in certain cases, even outside the United States. How has Jim Calhoun been able to put this program together like
well,
this?
you know, number one, they get a little help from a network called ESPN with all that national exposure and the chance that kids can see themselves play so often. I don't think that hurts at all, that kind of visibility and that exposure. And he has been a Frank Lloyd Wright. He's been an architect who has built this program from really, it was a program that was struggling. It's incredible what he has done. There's certain coaches out there that have had taken programs and taken them to the top. Look at the Hall of Famer, John Chaney, how he built the program at Temple. Bobby Cremins, Georgia Tech. Do you see that name up there, St. John's? Cremins, a New York City guy. Do you see that name? Mike Montgomery at Stanford did a great job building that program. And Lute Olson, amazing what he did at Arizona, what he's done and what he's still doing.
You're just going to stick your nose right in there on every...
Well, look at Bobby Cremins. The job is open. He's a New York City guy. All Hallows knows the city inside out. Rashad Anderson broke the hearts of Billy Donovan when he said no to University of Florida. We'll go down tomorrow. I can't wait to see the Rowdy Reptiles. Kentucky, Florida. You know it's going to be intense. It's going to be emotional.
Yeah, major game for both. They both lost tough games over the weekend. And whenever Kentucky goes anywhere, that's the biggest game on the other team's schedule in the SEC.
Oh, everybody plays at another level when they see that Kentucky uniform. SEC so tough year in, year out.
Darryl Watkins into the game now for Syracuse. That's him trying to run down the ball.
He's out of Patterson Catholic High School. High school has produced a lot of good players, including Tim Thomas, who went to Villanova. That's bad play right there.
Watkins knocks it away, but back into the hands of the Huskies.
Huskies in total command of this game. Transition ability, defensive ability, scouting report, getting McNamara. They've dominated Syracuse, beat them twice last year, double digits.
Once in the Big East tournament, once in the regular season. Nice little fake by Villanueva. And the foul is committed by Roberts. Well, Dick talked about the great game tomorrow. There are a couple of great games tomorrow. On Super Tuesday, as Rivalry Week presented by Cisco Systems continues at 7 Eastern from Bloomington. It's Bracy Red of the Hoosiers against Big Ten rival Illinois. And then at 9 Eastern, Chuck Hayes in Kentucky taking on Anthony Roberson and the Florida Gators.
You know, you look at Illinois and Indiana, that's a big game, not only for Big Ten situation, but you talk about for NCAAs, because the bottom line is when you look at the Big Ten, a lot of those teams don't have quality wins out of league. I know Purdue has the win certainly over Duke, but when you look out there, certainly Michigan State went 0-6. Yep. Take a look at Michigan losing to Boston University, even Purdue losing to SMU and Colorado State.
Well, Michigan State with a big win over Indiana Saturday night, so the Hoosiers will be looking to bounce back against the Illini tomorrow.
And that's at Assembly Hall where they really get the fans into it big time.
Watkins misses the jumper from the elbow. Here comes Villanueva, doing a little bit too much that time.
Yeah, should get the ball up and go without it with his speed.
And now some of the UConn guys are late getting back, and they paid the price.
Mr. Warwick running the court.
Jim Calhoun hollering at Charlie Villanueva, use your head, give the ball to the little guy.
Yeah, go without it, get it back, and he could have done what Mr. Warwick just did. They sit in that zone, just get in the gap, try to get to the little, see that? Get right to the box inside. I was going to say, get right to the box inside. You're like overloaded down there on that back guy, 2 against 1. One of the concepts in attacking zones, you like to overload. You like to be able to get in gaps. You like to be able to get in seams. You like to be able to beat it in transition. You need ball movement, and then you need Okafers, and you need Gordons. You don't need Schulmans, and you don't need Vitalis.
The ball movement's the easy part. It's getting the Okafors and the Gordons that's the tough part.
You don't need Howie Schwab, my right-hand lieutenant, who's in the house tonight. So great to see him. See, there's the little overload inside, 2-on-1.
22 for Okafor. Villanueva made a mistake 2 trips down, but boy, did he make up for it with that pass. He's got some unbelievable ability.
He's got great talent. He has got skill. He's got size. He's got to get stronger.
Yeah, I don't know how you feel. They've lost 3 games this year. I mean, everybody's losing some. Well, just about everybody's losing some games, but Connecticut's lost 3 games. But when they play at their best, I don't know that there's a better team in the country than Connecticut.
Well, I definitely feel on a neutral. That's why I have them in my top.
Something's wrong with Okafor. After the block shot, Okafor is off the court of play underneath the basket. May have gotten poked in the eye, and a foul is called. Emeka Okafor took a shot in the face. He suffered a hairline fracture of his nose in the Rutgers game back at the beginning of January. And whatever it was, he took a shot right here, and he is feeling it. Got the left hand of Watkins as he tried to go up.
Yeah, the left hand caught him in the face. Seems like he's shaking it off. You know, you mentioned Rutgers there. They're getting some nice wins right now. Gary Waters, and they got a freshman that doesn't get any publicity. Quincy Doobie doing a heck of a job. Got to get Doobies and Curtis Stinson. Can't just talk about the things all the time.
Doobie just named the Rookie of the Week in the Big East. Averaged better than 19 points per game in the past week.
Let me ask you this. You look at the Big East right now.
Yep.
I thought last year, as I said, Boston College and Seton Hall should have been in. I think Seton Hall is going to get in this year and certainly deserves to be in. And I think you're going to see 6 teams come out of this conference.
Well, right now, if you were to draw the line, and it's so early, there are so many games to go, but if you're to draw the line in this conference, and in my opinion right now, you got 5. You got Pittsburgh, Connecticut, Syracuse, Seton Hall, and Providence. I think somebody else is going to have to make a move to join that group.
Well, Boston College, Villanova, Rutgers, one of those teams, or Notre Dame can get hot and earn themselves a berth. Mike Bray's a heck of a coach, so they can get hot. Nice play. There it is. Little 2-man game, go right down the gut, make one guy in the middle, up the play 2. But they got the guy that can finish in Okafor. They're putting a clinic on here tonight. They are putting a clinic tonight.
They're beating a very good team handily here tonight. Warwick passes up the jumper. McCroskey won't, misses the 3.
See, I think Syracuse is a good team, but they're a very good team when you add Edelin into the lineup.
Yes.
I think right now they're just a good basketball team. They need this young guy. 14 points a game. He's got to get everything in order in his personal life, and the bottom line is he has got to be on that floor for this club and do what he does best. Play basketball, be a student, be an athlete.
Emeka Okafor, 24 points, 10 rebounds, and it is all UConn.
Remember when you were a kid, you always wanted do-overs. You rolled badly, do-over. You hit a foul, do-over. Well, now when people come to H&R Block for the first time, I give them a second chance. I double-check their past returns for free to see if I can find them any more money. And when we find something, it averages about $1,500. $1,500. That is a humongous do-over.
Double check. Another advantage of H&R Block.
Why so grumpy, Mr. Frumpy?
That was the worst meeting this week.
No, we've had worse.
You forgot the presentation.
Yeah, but I brought the bag.
You couldn't answer any of their questions.
Sometimes it's what's not said that's important. Let me show you something. Now, see, I didn't say something. Did you feel that?
Why did we even come on this trip?
$149 a week for any compact car at Budget. For irresistible prices on irresistible cars, call 1-800-BUDGET-7 or visit budget.com.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of NCAA basketball, presented by Bud Light. For the great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light. And in part by H&R Block and H&R Block Financial Advisors. And Domino's Pizza. Get the door. It's Domino's.
Back here at the Hartford Civic Center, Dan Schulman and Dick Vitale with you. Big Monday presented by Bud Light. Danny Ainge getting on the phone and telling his bosses, you know, this Okafor's pretty good.
No, he might be making phone calls looking for a coach. Come on, Danny. What did happen with my guy Jim O'Brien? He was doing a great job. They couldn't get along. That's unbelievable.
Yeah, Digger was probably having a pretty good night till he saw Danny Ainge here in the house. What he did to the Irish back then. 26-point lead for Connecticut. Hard to believe now as you look back at it, Dick, that they were actually trailing 5 or 6 minutes into the game.
I'll tell you, they did a phenomenal job here tonight thus far defensively.
Yep.
They knew what the options were. Warwick certainly has had a big night, but they have shut down McNamara.
22 points for Warwick. Syracuse was shooting just 18% in the second half before that turnaround jumper.
You know, when you look at conferences, we talk about NCAA bids. Things run in cycles. The Big Ten will be back strong as ever again. Good recruiting classes coming in next year. Certainly Indiana's got the #1 class. Nice ball movement.
Jordan got McNamara in the air, pulls up for the 3. Armstrong swatted away by Watkins.
They must have some great days in practice, Connecticut.
McCroskey, and he takes a bump and draws the foul. College basketball continues here. Big Monday presented by Bud Light. 2 more big games coming your way. Missouri taking on Wayne Simeon and the Kansas Jayhawks after us tonight. And then at midnight, Air Force and UNLV. It's all a part of Rivalry Week presented by Cisco Systems on ESPN and ESPN2.
Oh, Ron Franklin's going to be in rare form, getting ready for Kansas and Missouri. That's always special. Ron's going to have those vocal cords really, really ready to roll big time tonight.
The tip in the Missouri-Kansas game will be at 10 minutes past the top of the hour, so you will not miss any of the action from Lawrence tonight. Missouri just 9-8 on the season with all the talent that they have.
They've really struggled. They got to get on a roll. There'll be no NCAA bid. They got to really get hot somehow. What a year in the Big 12 for Eddie Sutton in Oklahoma State and Bobby Knight, 2 veteran coaches.
A week from tonight, they're home to Kansas in a monumental game in the Big 12.
Hey, you and I are going to be in Stillwater. I can't wait to get down to Stillwater.
Been a while, huh?
Oh, I haven't been here in lots of years. Go see Eddie Sutton. Took 4 teams to the NCAA tournament.
You want to talk about a guy living a dream. Here's Dickie V's week. Monday night, Syracuse, UConn. Tuesday night, Kentucky, Florida. Thursday night, Duke, Carolina. Saturday afternoon, Arizona, Stanford. Monday night, Kansas, Oklahoma State. It's good to be the king, isn't it?
Well, I don't know about the king, but I can tell you this. It's good to have some fun doing something you love and getting paid. I only wish that everybody out there could make a living doing something they love. I only wish also I had a lot more years, man.
I thought you were going to say hair.
Oh, hair. Forget about hair. I want years. I wish I was 25 again instead of 64 years old. I can't believe it. You know what? I'll match it. Some guy said to me today, he said, where do you get that energy? I'll match my energy with any 25-year-old.
I agree. I tried to start a fight with Howie Schwab in the elevator today. You may be half my age, Howie, but I'll take you out.
Howie's quite a guy. I tell you, he's my research expert. Provides me all my little data.
Ben Gordon nearing a triple-double for UConn in this game. That ball was clearly tipped by Gordon, but Jim Burr didn't see it. I guess none of the officials saw it. That ball was knocked out of bounds.
Jimmy Boeheim years ago, you wouldn't see that smile. Wow. That's what a national championship and a wife like Julie does.
Not necessarily. Is that the right order you should put them in, or is it the other way around?
Gotta go the other way around.
McCroskey has it blocked. Warwick with the easy slam. He's got 24.
Teamwork, still playing as hard as can be.
Look at them run the floor, though, as Okafor gets down to the basket, and he'll go back to the line.
You're going to get your first taste Thursday night of a rivalry when you see Duke and North Carolina hook it up at the museum.
Can't wait.
The Dean Smith, the Dean Dome, as you watch a Warwick, the Trail guy with the jam. You talk about emotion. You talk about excitement. I know there's the Yankees and Red Sox, and the Red Sox are improved. You know, on paper right now, the Red Sox are probably better than the Yankees. On paper. But come September, come and see me.
Now, see, you're right here in Hartford. You're right on the border between Red Sox fans and Yankee fans. I mean, you got to play your cards right here.
Well, you know, they got Schilling now. They made some great acquisitions. Certainly got a heck of a pitching staff with Pedro as well. But when it's all said and done, come September, the pinstripes will find a way.
Wow. You still harken back. You're still a Yankee fan.
Well, I grew up
right?
there. I used to go to bed at night and dream as a little kid. I put my baseball glove in bed with me, and I used to dream of playing for the Yankees.
Villanueva with a miss. A man for all season. I just found out yesterday, Dickie V used to coach football to junior high students. How about that?
Put him on my record.
Undefeated, right? Warwick off the foot of pace, out of bounds. There's a Yankee fan here, rooting on his Huskies, seeing himself up on the big screen. What a long, rough night for Syracuse without Billy Edelin. Again, if you missed it off the top of the show, this is the second consecutive game he has not played. Missed several practices for personal reasons without contacting the team and alerting them to the fact that he needed a little time away. So as a result, for the second game in a row, he's not playing. He is traveling. He was in warm-ups through the layup line, But Jim Boeheim is sitting him out again here tonight. And only Jim Boeheim, I guess, knows when Billy Elin will be activated again.
Yeah, it's Jim's decision. My feeling is we're going to see him back in the lineup next week. I really believe that he's going to get on and get things together.
Dick, he got hit again. Okafor got hit in the nose for the second time tonight.
Understand his responsibilities, and I just see the attack. Desmond's up inside. As Andy Katz said, as you see the contact on the nose earlier, you know, at least had he gone to the coaches and shared with them that he was going to miss practice, I think there would have been a different scenario. Free throw line is certainly an area that this young man we've documented has to really improve.
No, Danny Ainge has seen enough.
He said he's seen enough right now. Look at Danny, he saw the curveball, and he said, you know what, I'm going to that round on the ball, baby. Great athlete, though. Can play Major League Baseball as well as basketball. BYU, superstar.
There's a Sox fan. Yeah, we've evened up that rivalry as well. Little Red Sox, little Yankees here in the house in Hartford.
You watch Baltimore and Toronto, and my Devil Rays have really improved.
Season ticket holder, Dickie Villas, down in St. Petersburg.
Still playing a tough man-to-man defense, Connecticut.
Okafor from behind gets called for the foul. Number 4 on Emeka Okafor.
I tell you, look at Pittsburgh, and it really amazed me how good they are. I didn't realize when you look at Jamie Dixon, it's so good to see guys get an opportunity like Matt Painter at Southern Illinois, Jamie Dixon getting a chance as Okafor goes to the sideline. A superstar and a guy that's got his priorities in order, comes from a great family, understands the importance of being a kid, about academics as well.
Now, the first time you've seen him in person this year, give me your impression of his on-the-court play tonight.
Oh, just outstanding. I mean, he can run the court, he blocks shots, plays within the framework of the team offensive and defensive system.
25 points, 11 rebounds, and 4 blocks for Emeka Okafor tonight. He leads the country in blocks. He's third in rebounding, and he's gone from being a virtual non-factor offensively as a freshman to one of the top scorers in the Big East.
Yeah, really, when you look at this whole club, they all blend so well together. Expectations so high. They've spoiled people up here because they win so often. Offensive rebound.
Jalen Brown.
I didn't know they could jump like that again. I didn't know they could jump like that. Our partner here from Toronto, as is Country John. You know Country John?
Yes, John Saunders. Mark Jones as well, another ESPN basketball announcer.
John Saunders started out, he was a country guy, playing country music down in Toronto.
Yeah. Big night for Denham Brown and Emeka Okafor and Ben Gordon and all the Huskies in a lopsided game here in Hartford.
It's been blowout city, man, in the second half. Syracuse struggling shooting the ball. Well, you know, when you look at Connecticut field goal percentage defensively, they rank in the top 5 in America. Nice play. Nice pass. Great look by Villanueva. Oh, my friends, this kid can be a star. He has unbelievable star potential. Hoops Weiss, Dick Weiss, who wrote my book, told me, he said Villanueva could be as good as he wants to be.
And correct me if I'm wrong, as Warwick scores, if Roy Williams doesn't go to Carolina and Bill Self doesn't go to Kansas, then Charlie Villanueva probably goes to Illinois as he originally intended, right? Instead of coming to Connecticut.
No doubt about it, and Mr. Davis would have to be worried about Villanueva tomorrow night.
Denham Brown.
Nice look.
Armstrong, 2 more for the Huskies.
I like how unselfish they play. They look for the open man. Tough night here for Syracuse. Absolutely a tough night for the defending national champs.
27 baskets, Dick, for UConn, 20 of them on assists. Great unselfishness by the Huskies. Look at the rebounding by Villanueva.
Long arms. They got another date with Syracuse up at the Carrier Dome. They'll have over 30,000 for there. Those fans really get after it up there in Syracuse.
Closed the regular season up there. Syracuse at 31,000 for the Pittsburgh game.
That's a game that scored 45. Wow.
Syracuse still has a date at Pittsburgh. Connecticut still has a date at Pittsburgh. So some huge games still to come in the Big East.
That's going to be a big game. Connecticut at Pittsburgh.
A week from Sunday on ABC.
They got the Oakland Zoo down there, and they call it. Those fans really get after it down at Pittsburgh.
Is this going to be the worst loss ever for Syracuse in this rivalry?
Meanwhile, in Dad's office...
I'll be right back, honey.
defending the network from human nature. This is the power of the network, now.
Hey, guys, how was the game?
It's over.
Was it any good?
Well, the commercials were good, especially that Bud commercial with the donkey. I like the Pepsi commercial.
Yeah, the one with Jimi Hendrix and the axe doing ding, ding.
Axe? Let the axe go.
Hey, let's just go ahead and replay that World Series game. Okay, you want game 3 or game 6?
6.
Oh, home run!
He didn't even look. That ball was right.
I live for this.
Get ready. Major League Baseball's opening day is coming.
Epson T001, Canon BC31E.
Shopping for ink and toner in most stores is hit or miss.
HP C9720.
Come on.
A.
At Staples, we stock a huge selection of cartridges, so we guarantee we'll have the one you need. And right now, buy any 2 single or 1 twinner combo pack of HP ink and get 2 reams of HP multipurpose paper free instantly. Staples. That was easy.
There are a lot of shampoos out there, but there's only one Ultimate Clean. It gives fine, oily, and flaky hair an amazing clean. Head & Shoulders Ultimate Clean for shower fresh hair that's 100% flake-free all day.
The island calls out to the NFL's best. Football is the great game. These are its greatest players. The 2004 Pro Bowl, Sunday at 7:30 on ESPN.
Rivalry week presented by Cisco Systems, off to a one-sided start. Connecticut taking advantage of the Edel unless Syracuse Orangemen leading by 25. Let's see what happens when Big Monday presented by Bud Light continues. 10 minutes past 9 Eastern time. 14 minutes from now, the tip-off in Lawrence, Kansas. The Jayhawks and the Tigers, and at midnight Eastern, Air Force and UNLV. Dick, I sense you need to inject something into the broadcast. What's on your mind? You're chomping at the bit here.
You got the Big 12 matchup going on, and certainly that's going to be a heck of a matchup right there, but I just got word, and I don't know all the facts, but I hope, please tell me it's not true. There's a word out that there's a big meeting going on now between Robert Montgomery Knight, the athletic director, and the administration, that he got into a shouting match with the chancellor at a salad bar. Oh, please.
At a salad bar?
You got to understand who your boss is, man. I know one thing. I'm getting in those shouting matches with George Bodenheimer or Mark Shapiro. With you, I'll get into one. But I know my bosses. I mean, you can't. I don't know all the facts, but I heard
find out more.
There's a meeting supposedly going on right now in Lubbock over the incident that took place. Don't know all the facts as we're sitting here.
Jim Calhoun emptying his bench right now. Ryan Swallow, a senior from Milford, Connecticut, comes into the game. Jason Beisch, a junior from Southbury, Connecticut, into the game as Denham Brown goes out. Charlie Villanueva goes out. You sure don't expect walk-ons to get minutes in a Syracuse, Connecticut game, but that's what's happened here tonight.
I know one guy that's got to be happy tonight. D-Row, former coach here, beautiful guy, had just recently faced major surgery. They don't get any better than D-Row. I'm telling you, if you met him, you just got to love him. He's just a beautiful man, and we wish him nothing but the best in his recovery. He's just a great, great guy and a super basketball mind. Jimmy Valvano told me he learned so much, and so does Freddie Barakat when they worked for him as assistants.
Ryan Swaller is fouled as he goes to the floor, so he's going to get a chance to pick up some points here at the line.
I mean, did Swaller think today that he would get in his game? You know, when he gets old and he tells his grandchildren, I was on the line in a Syracuse game in Connecticut. It was televised on ESPN. Dan Schulman called my name. I went to the line. The score was tied. Jim Calhoun put me in a game. I was on there towing that line. I was incredibly nervous with a minute 18, and I missed the free throw.
Missed them both. He does have 4 points this year, both field goals, so missed a chance to pad his stats, as it were. Pace throws up a prayer. Watkins, nice rebound.
Watkins is going to be a good player. They like his future, his potential.
Renil Herron into the game now for Syracuse, one of their walk-ons. And the ball back over to UConn as we move into the final minute here in Hartford. All UConn in what looks like it's going to be the most lopsided game in the history of this rivalry. This is the 71st meeting. The most that Syracuse has ever lost by to UConn is 21 points.
Chip Calhoun had his kids ready. They were really prepared. The big pace of the game played into their hands. They were absolutely prepared defensively. They shut down McNamara. They were mentally ready. They needed a big game psychologically, and they got one here tonight.
And UConn will go to 18-3 on the season. In league play, the Connecticut Huskies will go to 6-1 and tie Pittsburgh for top spot in the Big East. A dejected Jerry McNamara, and Syracuse will fall to 14-4. 4-3 in the league, so 2 full games, Dick, back at Pittsburgh and UConn.
Exactly. And you look at UConn defensively, I mentioned earlier, 36.6% teams are shooting against them, and that's the presence of Okafor. Mr. Calhoun, 6 straight years of 20-plus wins. Will make it 7 this year. 13 years with 20-plus wins at Connecticut. Led the Connecticut to the NCAA tournament 11 times.
Justin Ivanovic, a senior from Ann Arbor, the latest player to come into the game for the Huskies.
Had 5 Big East tournament championships as well. Came in 1990, 96, 98, 99, and 2002.
Coming up tonight, Missouri and Kansas just a few minutes away here on ESPN. Coming up for Connecticut, let's look at what Jim Calhoun's team has to face in the Big East. West Virginia, a trip to South Bend, and then what should be a monster game a week from Sunday at Pittsburgh on ABC. And again, don't forget, not shown here, but at the end of the season, they've still got to go to Villanova. They play Seton Hall, a very good team, and they close the regular season at the Carrier Dome against these very same Orangemen. And there's a point for Justin Ivanovic.
I'll tell you one thing, Mr. Brady'd like to see that schedule down in South Bend, Indiana. Twice in the 5 games. They got dates with Connecticut.
Look at him knocking him down. Ivanovic buries the free throw.
Look at the smile on his face. He'll be big man on campus tomorrow. He'll say, move over, Okafor, move over, Taurasi. I'm going to be the star.
Let's let Andy Katz interview him after the game.
Yeah.
Andrew Cowie of the game now for Syracuse. Roberts still working hard. Won't go down. Watkins misses the follow.
It's great to see these kids get some PT.
Yeah, you're right.
Get some playing time. They practice. They really bust their gut every day. It's been all Connecticut tonight. Husky fever, baby, at its best. They were really prepared, offensively, defensively. They shut him down. Mr. Calhoun gets the W tonight over his buddy, Jimmy Boeheim. And they're both winners, both are survivors in a battle against cancer. Yep. Giving everybody out there a chance who's battling that disease that can go on with your life. Look at these 2 guys, great role models in that respect.
As you saw, the most lopsided loss that Syracuse has ever had to Connecticut, 84-56. Emeka Okafor, 25 points, 11 rebounds. Ben Gordon, 13 points, 10 rebounds, and 8 assists as Connecticut dominates the Orangemen tonight despite a great effort from Hakeem Warwick. Andy Katz standing by with some of the stars from tonight's game. Emeka Okafor is with Andy.
Emeka, you guys struggled against Providence zone, BC zoned you guys a little bit. How were you able to handle Syracuse's zone tonight?
It just came down to us, coming down and focusing in practice. We just drilled until we got it right. Coach gave us our pep talk, the captain's talk, and we came out and executed.
You got knocked, it looked like, either in the nose or the eye. How are you feeling?
No, both. I'm feeling all right.
You can see out of both eyes?
Yeah, now.
Now, after the Oklahoma game, you guys have not played that well since then against a quality team. What was the difference between Oklahoma and now tonight?
That's just us getting back in our groove, us getting our confidence, and us, just believing in ourselves and coming out and getting things done.
How much does it help this team for Charlie Villanueva to play this well?
And we got solid results. When Charlie plays, we can't go wrong.
Thanks. Congratulations on another double-double.
I appreciate it.
Dan?
All right, Andy, thank you very much. Another impressive performance by Emeka Okafor and all of his friends here tonight as the Huskies dominate the Orangemen and beat them 84-56. Don't forget, coming up next here tonight, Missouri and Kansas on ESPN. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. For more, log on to ESPN.com. For Dick Vitale, I'm Dan Shulman. Thanks for watching. More basketball still coming tonight on ESPN.
One way or another. The important thing was that his team was improving. Well, James's name was absent from today's reserve list, but the Rook remained true to his words.
Situation where, I put up the numbers. I think I put enough wins up, but, I just fell short, and that's just his business, Well,
fellow first-year star Carmelo Anthony was also snubbed from the reserve list.
That means Tim Duncan is the last rookie to be voted in by the coaches. That was back in 1998. Dan.
Thank you, Dana. On the same day that St. Joe's remained undefeated, Texas Tech head coach Bob Knight got into a shouting match with school chancellor David Smith, but will coach tonight against Baylor. Knight's former team in the quest for perfection, the subject of our closing number, which is 2. The 1975-76 Indiana Hoosiers, the last Division I team to go undefeated. Since then, only 2 teams have reached the Final Four with perfect records. Both Indiana State with Larry Bird in 1979 and UNLV with Larry Johnson were defeated by the eventual national champions. Do want to reiterate a breaking story here on SportsCenter. Dan Marino has decided to resign in his front office position with the Miami Dolphins. Up next on ESPN2, Rivalry Week continues. Xavier in Cincinnati. On ESPN, it's Indiana, Illinois. Thanks for joining us. Enjoy the hoops. Good night.
Rivalry. It marks territory. It sets borders. It's in your backyard. Rivalry is about passion. It brings out the best in you. It can bring out your worst. Rivalry splits families, divides friends, and defines enemies. Now, the fence lines are drawn.
Gets it off. Oh, I can't believe it. If he's not the MVP, you got a scoop, baby. They have put 2 seconds back on the clock. Remember the clutch of the stuff. Anderson. I can't believe it now. Incredible.
It's Rivalry Week. What side are you on?
In college basketball, we come to you tonight on ESPN HD, brought to you by Phillips and Best Buy. Super Tuesday kicks off with Illinois and Indiana. Part of Rivalry Week, presented by Cisco Systems. These two meeting for the 151st time, and when you consider how long they've been getting together, it's a remarkably close series. Indiana leads by only 6 victories, 78-72. Even having dropped 7 of the last 10, they've won 9 of the last 12 here at Assembly Hall. For our star one, well, you just heard about how rivalries sometimes divide friends. That's what we'll see tonight. Former junior high and high school teammates from the Colony, Texas, against one another tonight. Darren Williams, the Big Ten assist leader. Bracy Wright, the #2 scorer in the Big Ten. We will certainly, Bill Raftery, have our eye on them all night long.
Well, Bracy was the leading scorer on their high school team, and then countering here with great play. It's nice to see Williams strong, yet not as chunky. I think he'll provide quite a lift. I love the way he's been playing lately.
But on the broken jaw diet, not recommended?
No.
Dropped at one point about 36 pounds. He's in the lineup with James Augustine, Roger Powell, Luther Head coming off one of the best games in his career. And Williams and the Big Ten preseason player of the year, Dee Brown, in the backcourt for Bruce Weber. For Mike Davis, the 4th-year head coach of the Hoosiers. 5 he's been going with pretty much throughout conference play. George Leach, A.J. Moyer, amazing rebounder, just a shade under 6'3". Bracy Wright with Marshall Strickland and Donald Perry in the Hoosier backcourt.
I would suggest that the Illinois use of power, get it inside in their continuity offense, make Leach work.
A lot of teams have had great success going in deep against Indiana. 8 different big men have had their career-high scoring games against the Hoosier inside defensive presence. That dates back to before George Leach was healthy, but some of those games have happened against him. And the opening tip controlled by Roger Powell and the Illini.
And Dave Barnett. The Hoosiers, thank you, Mike Davis. Go!
Aaron Williams guarded by Marshall Strickland, who comes down with the game's first rebound. We may not see Wright head-to-head, man-to-man against Aaron Williams that often tonight, but they will make their presence known.
Goes to the other end. Williams does line up with Bracy. Very active without the basketball, and you've got to get up on him. He's got great range. He shoots like that, he's going to own more than the Colony. Hello, the neighborhood.
Maybe the whole county. 6 3-pointers Saturday and a loss at Michigan State, 29 points. And his 52nd 3-pointer of this season. Now, D. Brown searching for his outside shot.
I think it's all about shot selection, you know, in the flow of the game.
Shot clock under 10. And the first trip inside ends up with a turnover thrown away by Powell.
That's one of those plays you don't like to see. He bounced the ball, killed himself. Should have turned, faced his man, and broke him down. They go right to him to take advantage of the size.
Bruce Weber, Illinois, after 5 years at Southern Illinois and back-to-back Missouri Valley championships the last 2 years. Strickland shot blocked by Head. Saved by Moyer. Through Leach, finally recaptured by Strickland.
Well, Tom Izzo was telling me they got out on Gracie Wright 7-8 feet. They put a line out there to practice for him. He's got so much range. If they could ever get some inside play, because you got to get up on him.
That's a long 2. Rebounded by Powell. Illinois team with fantastic balance offensively. All the starters averaging double figures, and for the 4th straight year, they're the leading scoring team in the Big Ten. 75.2 per game coming in tonight. And then the traffic briefly, Brown.
Tough shot. Great defense. Gracie get a piece of it. I think they did. Now, you mentioned the big guys scoring well against Indiana. The difficulty, I think, with Illinois is Augustine's not a scorer. He's a guy who plays within the offense, follows, does a lot of great things, but he's not a guy that's going to catch and shoot for them.
3 and 4 against the Illini. 2 years removed from the trip to the championship game. 4 on the shot clock, Brown. 2 on the shot clock. Head just gets it off in time, and it'll be over the top of the backboard.
Ooh, I mean, to hit the clock. I tell you what. Oh, well, we're in Indiana. That was a Larry Bird shot, the old commercial. Oh.
From the parking lot, off the ceiling,
over the side,
nothing but net. 2.5 minutes in. High scoring Illinois, still scoreless tonight. And Donald Perry almost lost it. Moyer almost saved it. Indiana with its first turnover and Head quickly across.
What speed. He can really break it down, D.
Nick Smith very quickly in off the bench, side of the backboard. As he challenged George Leach.
He can do the turnaround jump shot and leak out and spread as Moyer takes the jump up. It's like Purdue the way he started out. Really stepping up offensively.
Moyer, who led Indiana with 15 a week ago, and that highly entertaining win here over Purdue. Illini missed their first 4 shots. Williams makes it 0 for 5. And at the end of the back, Nick Smith, 7-2, off the bench. Center for Bruce Weber with the first foul of the game.
Hey, Dave, it's interesting what they've done. Moyer switched out on Smith that time. He didn't play in the post area, so anybody who goes out, he's taking the bigger guy moving out, leaving his partner Leach to play inside.
Moyer's best flop, not drawing a whistle from Rick Hartzell. Initiated tonight with Ted Hillary and Tim Higgins.
D. Brown better be careful. He just chastised one of the officials.
Strickland, a little bit low on the bounce for Leach, but a foul will be called underneath on either Smith or Powell. D. Brown will get the call. His first.
I'm sorry, Dave. These 3 officials have been around. So you just got to play if you're D. Brown. Don't get into the heads of the officials. They have the ability, much like a marriage, to get even.
Bruce Weber said this afternoon if there's one guy who needs to see have a breakout game, you don't normally associate that term with the preseason player of the year, but D. Brown is the guy he would like to see have a big night. And Moyer's fall away makes Indiana start 7-0.
What a great reaction to Strickland almost throwing the interceptions on the inbounds. But that's all because of Gracie Wright. He gets so much attention, it opens it up for other people. Little pump, get into the lane there. How about AJ finding his struggling to
of their season. This will help, though, a chance at a three-point play.
Boy, they do a nice job when they isolate on the side. That time, Powell with the give back and able to get to the rim. He's got so much ability. I mean, he jumps out, and here's the little slip to the goal, take the hit. This son of kiss. What a big foul.
Foul by Leach. The three from the field, not that good from the line, however. 66% free throw shooting. But he hits this one at a timeout 15-57 in Bloomington, 7-3 Hoosiers.
Meanwhile, in Dad's office...
I'll be right back, honey.
Defending the network from human nature. This is the power of the network. Now.
Come back soon?
As soon as I can.
I'll use my miles card. I'll use my miles card.
I'm back.
With most miles programs, it takes a long time to earn a free flight.
All these years.
And you never got a Capital One card?
Introducing no-hassle rewards from Capital One. Free flights start at 9,000 miles with no blackout dates.
What's in your wallet?
Don't ask.
You don't hear this phone ringing? Hello?
Hi, Mom.
Oh, where are you? You haven't called this house in 2 days. I'm so worried.
Rose, who is it?
Vegas.
I got married. Yeah, I got married, Mom. I eloped.
But what in the world would make you do something like this?
$24 a weekend day for any compact car at Budget. For irresistible prices on irresistible cars, call 1-800-BUDGET-7 or visit budget.com.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of Rivalry Week is presented by Cisco Systems. This is the power of the network. Now. And in part by Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Bruce Weber hopes. He's got a team that is facing 6 of his last 9 Big Ten games on the road. They've not played well on the road, maybe because they have one senior and he doesn't play much.
Well, it's all about defense for them, and you talk to their staff. On the road, you've got to really step it up. They're struggling on offense. Mike Davis, some nice nuances, too. A.J. Moye, he's got a lot of nightmare mismatches against him. He's able to slide out, stay on a perimeter guy. I think they've got to take advantage of him at some point.
Mike Davis says the thing to watch tonight is the number of three-pointers his team launches. If it's 30 or more, they're probably not going to win. So far, they've hit the only 3 they tried. It was Gracie Wright to start the score. Indiana, on the other hand, has 6 of its final 9 right here in Bloomington, where they are 5-2 this year. They off a win a week ago. Tonight against Purdue, and the double team against Perry creates a hell ball, but Indiana has the arrow and 10 on the shot clock.
Well, that's well disguised, too. They let them run their stuff, the pinch post, the back cut, on the dribble handoff, a great trap.
Took them a good 3 seconds to get anything cranking here, and it's blocked by Williams. That has to feel good against his friend since 7th grade as he rejects Gracie Wright.
Well, he really has gotten down the stance and ragged Gracie Wright.
Yeah, he said there would be some of that, all good-natured.
A little whooping doesn't hurt. Nice slip to the goal again. They run that beautifully. Got to finish them. Down with the opportunity.
And Leach almost goaltended. Pulled the hand back just as it came out of the cylinder. Strickland, over the last couple of weeks, looking the way Mike Davis hoped he would. One time he said this would be the best backcourt in the country. Strickland and Wright. 3-point try. Bangs off the back iron for D. Brown. Hitting just 31% on the arm.
That's a great look as he gets to Leach quickly. They didn't get back. He misses, unfortunately, for the Hoosiers.
Not a clinic. Powell has all 5 for the Illini.
That was a clinic, though. Forced the defense back with the bounce, and Brown with the slap back. Slip to the goal by Leach this time. Nice zone up. He should be an offensive rebounding position.
He's got just 7 this year for A.J. Moyer. He has 7 of Indiana's 10.
He's the lightning rod for this team. Now he's banging inside. They should take advantage with power.
Williams' pass ends in 2 Hoosiers on the deck. And the offensive call. And Super Tuesday continues tonight at 9 Eastern. SEC action number 9 Kentucky, number 21 Florida. Both teams looking to move up the SEC East standings. Part of Rivalry Week presented by Cisco Systems on ESPN and ESPN2. Roger Powell, all the scoring and 4 of the rebounds for Illinois. Needs a little help. A.J. Moyer could use some help. He has 7 of the 10 for the Hoosiers.
Now we got a good game here. That's going to be some encounter. A little later, a little turnover by the active hands by Brown.
And the human fast break. He's down into the 3rd row.
You know, great idea, though, when you think of it. He dragged the D away. He just didn't make delivery. And Bruce looking for his team to make good judgments. I think this is just a smart play. The spread, unfortunately, a little high by D.
Wild pitch back to the screen. All runners advance.
You've seen a few of those. No slice cut, and now a stagger.
Off the bench, Richard McBride. Freshman from Springfield, Illinois.
Look where they're starting the offense. Really a distance.
Now Leach with the lefty hook. After missing the jam, we'll see how Leach's confidence is affected the rest of the night.
But Augustine can really run the floor in the early offense. Didn't get it to him, but puts a lot of pressure on the Pigs.
Williams over right.
That's his game right there, Augustine. That's a set play where they curl him to the box. He gets himself either the pass or the offensive rebound.
Very reluctant to shoot outside about 10, 12 feet, though.
That's something I think he's got to work on and develop. He's got a very talented game.
Now D. Brown's shot is still off. And Perry will bring it up for Indiana.
And Williams just went right for Bracey on the other wing. He didn't even look to help at the rim.
Strickland past McBride.
And the Pigs didn't close quick enough. Good target D.
Whatever chance they had at a fast break ends on the deflection. And Illinois has struggled, to say the least, when they've had to grind it out in the half-court set.
The back screen.
Clock under 10. Not much success attacking Leach tonight. Augustine still scoreless.
Nice team rebounding by the Hoosiers.
Leach out of the double scramble. 8.5 minutes in, 5 points on the board for the top scoring team in the Big Ten.
Davies a lefty. He couldn't kick it back. Unfortunately, little drive and finish kiss by Murray.
Hey, Randy, I need an ink cartridge.
We all have needs, Julie.
It's got sprinkles. Thanks.
Legal pads.
Banana nut.
I bet those muffins I owe you. Have a paperclip.
Randy, can I have some file folders?
Half a Danish, half a folder.
Say, Randy, I went to Staples.
Staples, Randy.
It was easy, Randy.
Very easy.
People might like to know that.
What do you want from me?
Cream puff.
You monster.
Store catalog online, Staples. That was easy. When I first met my girlfriend, I didn't know what to say or what to give her. Now, I've gotten better at both.
A diamond art pendant from Kay means 2 things. Every diamond is hand-selected, and she'll absolutely love it.
pound of turkey, toothpaste, diapers, the big pack, pound of turkey, toothpaste. Introducing the all-new Mitsubishi Galant. More power, better warranty, more to feel good about. Still starting under 18 grand.
Pushing myself to the limit is what this is all about, and I need an antiperspirant that can keep up. That's why I use High Endurance Clear Gel. Try it. If you don't like it, Old Spice will buy you a stick of something else. A clear gel that strong? I'm there. Old Spice High Endurance Clear Gel.
Dave, it's nice when you can have family on the road.
Yeah, relatively cheap.
You are the man.
First, probably last. And tomorrow night at 9 Eastern, Shaquille O'Neal and the Cavaliers. We said Wildcats Gators to follow us tonight at 9 Eastern. As rivalry week will continue.
It'll be interesting to see which philosophy it dictates if Kentucky can contain the pass-hitting perimeter, Roberson and Walsh. Of course, Joe Fitch. Outstanding year and career.
Well, Roger Powell was 2 for 3. The rest of the Illini are 0 for 9.
Sean Klein in the game really has played well of late. Very competitive. Nice help.
A very rare sight. Augustine without a 3 all year. A timeout as Steve Brown dives headlong.
They were trying to get a timeout. I don't think they're going to give it to him.
Well, they're going to let Nick Smith come in and replace Augustine. But no timeout signal. Illinois now 0 for 6 beyond the 3-point line. No 3, but Illinois ball. Or no timeout, but Illinois ball.
Was that his second, I think, of the year from 3? Augustine, you mentioned very seldom you see.
McBride, on the other hand, just about single-handedly beat Memphis back in December from beyond the 3-point arc.
That's one of the games that Williams missed with the jaw problem.
A very tough shot by Roger Powell down low, and Sean Klein battling hard along the baseline to save it. Couldn't quite do it.
But this is testimony to team rebounding. This Indiana team, they are undersized. I mean, for a Big Ten team, it's shocking how they can bang with the best of them and come out even on rebounding for the course of the year.
Well, they have Leach at a very slim 6'11", Klein at a 6'8".
Or fumble plays and converts.
2 threes in the final minute. The Salsa Purdue went away. Had air ball, right? May have had a piece. And unable to save it before he goes out. Powell.
Now you talked about the threes by Wilmot. How about this effort? Klein in the back. But you are right. He had an air ball and then 2 threes down the stretch. A little nylon. An opportunity basket. That's what this Indiana team seems to do much better at home.
As do most college teams. 10 minutes in now. Illinois stuck on 5. All 5, Roger Powell.
Pick and pop, and they don't give it to Moye. Tough catch.
Through the legs of Klein. 4th Hoosier turnover.
Needs some shin guards.
Nick Smith will pull the trigger from way out.
How about his range? 31 from 3, over 45 all year long field goal percentage. That is solid from a 7-footer.
And a grad student now. Got a 3.5-year finance degree. Working on his master's now, Nick Smith.
They got a walk, I think, before. No 3. Moye stumbling, and they were loading up for the jump shot, but that was all. Smith, great hustle by the big guy. You go out and cover, it's up to somebody else, but a little guy bounces to the tin.
Illinois, for the most part, has protected its home court. Very inconsistent away from their assembly hall. And this is really only the second game this year they have played on a true opponent home court situation. You consider that at Northwestern, half the crowd is theirs.
Give it up nice.
Wilmot.
Gotta finish that one, Dave. Good look by Wright.
Ryan Randall into the game for that rebound. So really, other than going to Madison to take on Wisconsin, this is the only other true opponent home court situation a young Illinois team has found itself in. And they have not responded at all, but they're still not out of the game by any stretch because Indiana has had some turnover problems.
They got to run their stuff, though. They can't make passes like that. Guy locked in the box. Not a good entry by Smith.
Long arm of Randall, not quite long enough to reach around Strickland without contact. Fourth team foul. First on the freshman from Peoria. Look at A.J. Moyer, well-deserved. One of the top rebounders in the Big Ten at 6'2" and change, and with 7 early points.
So when he competes on the post defense, too. Bracey getting a blow, that'll help his ability to release those jump shots later in the game.
Sean Klein had to fight hard to get that shot over Powell.
I don't know if that's the kind of shot you want.
Williams.
Oh, the house called that one, Dave. Down on the floor. A tardy whistle, and Bruce showing a little personality. He's saying to Rick, you know, the game started a while ago. That's an advantage about being home, too.
Well, some interesting minutes here with Bracey Wright off the floor. Probably no more than a minute or so, and Moyer also sitting.
And Ewing's very good around the rim. See him posting up, then he's got to get them some nice shot.
Now, if Donald Berry starts to hit, forget it. He's hitting 29%, averaging 4 points.
They are a mystery team, though, Indiana. You don't know who's going to beat you or who's going to step up.
They have the one sure source of points, and then any other night somebody
take your pick
nowhere can come up with 15 or 20. Finally, D. Brown.
Big relief for him and their team.
And still, Illinois down by just 7. Despite really nothing at all getting established on the offensive end. That's the first three-pointer for the Illini. 38th of the year for Brown, who now gets tight on Donald Perry.
They've really done a nice job competing on this defensive end. Here's a help and a trap. Nice decision right here.
Deep. To give it up against Wilmot. Through traffic, fans wanted traveling on head. Instead, Luther gets his first points.
Nice little job. Sliding behind people.
Davis has a rare luxury, a chance to rest George Leach, Moyer, and Bracey Wright, and not lose anything on the scoreboard.
And that's because I think Klein has just done a magnificent job, as well as perimeter people. They're in no hurry on this end either. Oh, my goodness. Fastball.
And Ewing Jr.
And not a good save. 5 on 4 here. Let's see what they get out of it.
Williams slowed as if to take the 3. He will take it here from the corner. And Darren still scores. Brown in the collision with Klein. His second. Fifth on the team, 5:48 to go. A border war on Super Tuesday's version of Rivalry Week.
Oh, Cedric, this is perfect.
Yeah, just you, me, and 6 of our best friends.
Ooh.
You know, I feel so good. I could just...
Oh, Cedric, I love when you dance.
I got a fire in my pants, girl.
Ooh, Cedric.
With a great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down. Make it a Bud Light.
The Pro Bowl is on ESPN as the NFL's island tradition continues for its 25th year. The great game and its greatest players live from Hawaii. Sunday at 7:30 on ESPN.
Only one of these 12 fans will win their dream job. First quarter action. Locked up in a tight one.
16 points in the first half.
As the next SportsCenter anchor. ESPN's Dream Job. Series premiere Sunday, February 22nd, 10 p.m. on ESPN.
We don't care where you read it, as long as you read it. Thrifty Nickel.
Riding teaches responsibility, builds confidence, and can turn children into champions. The four-stroke CRFs from Honda. Every champion needs a good start.
See the full line of Honda products at Sportland Motorsports, 1602 North Lincoln Avenue in Urbana.
Well, now the opposition is heard from.
The defense is heard from, huh? Nice to have the kids here.
Super Tuesday rivalry week presented by Cisco Systems. Indiana with numbers.
It's just like a fast break. They get Klein the ball. Everybody looks if they can get that opportunity, and it ends up in the far corner because of the trap outside. They didn't really suffocate. They didn't do a good job on the entry pass, and then the breakdown for the open look.
So a well-rested Leach and Wright returning. Boyer as well. Normally, Bracy Wright sits more than 1 minute. It's very unusual. In games, he'll play all four.
You hate to say it, it's almost an injury if he is out. And they've been solid with that. Let's see how they maneuver now.
8-point lead's got to feel like it's more with the offensive struggles of the lineup. Weber hating this call. He felt it was touched last by the ball handler. And always a good sign. The fact that they've only taken 5, obviously when you hit 80%, that's great, but they're not relying that heavily.
Just a run to the corner, defense negligent. I think they got to be patient on this end, Dave. Make the Hoosiers play some defense. Reverse the ball, get it inside when you can. This is a wonderful.
And Augustine Smith followed up by Powell.
Now that's a great trip. You got to be consistent with it now.
Well, it's not new to hear Mike Davis say that Indiana's got to shore up its inside defense. What's new is they're doing it big time tonight.
Look at this deep shot. Oh, my goodness.
Quite this time for Strickland. Now, this is coming off a loss at East Lansing where Paul Davis got 32, the 8th big man with a career high against the Hoosiers. Tomorrow night, 9 Eastern, Shaquille O'Neal and the Lakers, LeBron James and the Cavaliers. From Gund Arena, NBA Wednesday on ESPN. Coverage begins with NBA shoot-around 8 Eastern.
Well, Paul Davis has really stepped his game up as Michigan State has, too.
Terrific defense. Perry with the steal, NBA range, not quite this time for Wright. Luther Head breaks out, and he's cut off by Strickland.
Great job.
And apparently the marching orders are do what everybody else has done so well against Indiana. Attack down low, but still not the results against George Leach. For Augustine, still scoreless.
It's tough to change the way you play, though, to just go at guys. If you're not a prolific inside scorer, you have to go to relax a little bit, get a couple of touches, and then flash the box. Great denial. Not a good look by Strickland.
Augustine able to scrape that one away. 7th Indiana turnover. The only reason they're not ahead by more than 9. And as high as 11. 3.5 minutes and a half. Almost so lazy a pass. Perry came close to a breakaway steal.
That dribble handoff very effective by this team.
Nice lively, an effective penetration, and his head serving it up easy for Powell.
And that's because of the activity. Reversed the ball, had action on the weak side, and it brings to the bounce.
Roger Powell, Jr. from Joliet, with 9 of the Illini 16. And 1 team foul in 17-plus minutes called against Indiana.
And they have been aggressive. It's just solid footwork, being in position. Kick.
Boyer to right, loose ball, right to Perry.
Got numbers here.
4-on-2 if they hurt. Head to the more open three-point shot by McBride.
And that's just good basketball. They've got to convert that great look.
2:35 in the half, Indiana by 7.
We get writer's block just like anybody else does. You just have to work through it. Stink.
Done. 5 minutes. Good. Great.
Deadlines looming. Pressure's intense.
Got the opening yet?
I'm gonna need a minute. You just look to find a moment of inspiration.
What fries with Gagne?
It's magic when you find that right word and it just fits that thing.
If you were writing a story on the BCS, how would you start it?
Excuse me.
I'll wait.
Yes.
Meanwhile, on the 4th floor...
When?
20 minutes ago.
An internet worm.
And a sneaky one, too. Came from the inside.
But the guys from IT said we're safe.
It was caught by the network, automatically. They say we're fine.
How does something like that get in here?
Hey, Daddy, I downloaded a new game on your computer. It's really cool.
Protecting networks and everyone around them. This is the power of the network. Now.
Dad, that's clean.
Looks good, huh? Come around here and check it out, right?
All right.
That's smooth, right?
Like that?
Yeah. Check the big boy out. Navigation system.
I like that.
Beautiful leather seat. The seats are just real comfortable. See that? Hit that. Oh,
okay.
Huh?
That's hot.
I scored.
You look good in the car.
For sure.
I look good in this, I think.
You do.
So tonight, I think you should let me get the keys.
No way.
No.
The 2004 Lincoln Navigator. Travel well.
Cracked cranium. $10 copay.
Aye, aye. Aye, aye. Aye, aye. Aye,
Bruised cornea. $10 copay.
Okay.
Dislocated jaw. Fractured wrist. Mild concussion. $10 copay. No hurt feelings.
I'm poisoned.
Priceless. There are some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's MasterCard. Accepted by optometrists, neurologists, and orthopedists.
Steve Davis, Jay Billis, Steve Lavin with you. Coming up on the Bank One halftime report, Bob Knight will be on the bench for Texas Tech against Baylor tonight. Both Jay and Steve will weigh in with their thoughts about how the situation was handled at Texas Tech. We'll continue counting down our top 25 moments from 25 years of basketball coverage in college here on ESPN, and a couple of top 25 games going on right now. Oh, a little trouble at the Centos Center right now, Jay.
Xavier, Cincinnati, that needs to be refereed by a SWAT team. And Dave, I was with Bill Raftery last night, and he did not pick up the check.
No, you have to be kidding.
Well, I had to pick up Jay when it was time to leave. He's a very slippery guy when the check arrives.
3 of those 5 banners, the responsibility of Bobby Knight. The other 2 from Branch McCracken as we play on Branch McCracken Court in Assembly Hall in Blooming.
I was going to mention we saw a great game last night. St. Joe's very impressive. Villanova played excellent basketball. They hang tough with a tough-minded team. A good open look here. Again, empty.
7 of 28 for Illinois. 1 of 11 on threes. And yet only down 7.
And Ingram really showing which is what guys want to be done. At some point, that fan dribble where somebody's got to pop, as Klein did earlier, into the top of the key area.
Jack Ingram, Tulsa transfer from San Antonio, has had some nice minutes lately.
He's been looking for Bill Self for a while, right? He went there for Self, and then came to Illinois. And he's in Kansas.
It's him all over the Midwest.
San Antonio youngster. 20-year-old stopping grounds, right? Early in your career?
Yep. Under the 2-minute mark. And Moyer stepped out.
TV Ted right on top of it, Ted Hillary.
Ed Hillary's got to be somewhere.
He doesn't go unless the bright lights are.
We're a fairly big possession here now for the lineup. Another 45, down 7.
Now, you've alluded to this. They are close despite not playing well. And get this guy, he really makes great decisions, I think. I'm going to pass over when he put his shots. He's got a good feel, getting better each year.
Feathery touch for 7 feet 2, and he's made it a 5-point game. This is a 6-0 Illinois run in 4 minutes since the last Indiana basket.
But everybody knows what you're running. You really have to execute precision-like. Williams is not leaving Gracie unscathed here. Now they switch it.
1 for 5 to shoot. Ready, good to Strickland. That 4-minute stretch happened with Leach and Wright company. Moye back on the floor.
And fresh. Look at the aggressive play on the perimeter.
Smith again. He got Cloud off his feet. And the contact. So again, the latest on Bob Knight at halftime. ESPN's top 25 moments, number 24 and number 16, Georgia Tech and Florida State. On the Bank One halftime report coming up.
This is just terrific understanding. You go baseline. If you don't bail your guy out, good things don't happen. Very alert play as Strickland gets to the rim. The quick timeout to get it set properly for Illinois. Pretty solid, huh? You say backcourt, there's like 4 of the guys, though. I mean, there's so many weapons to beat you. Getting to the rim, that time Strickland, I mentioned this Murray earlier. Here the kick out. Oh! Does he like those open looks?
Right, really, everybody's the backcourt except for Leach. They start 4-6-3 or under at 6'11" Leach. Moye playing the power forward.
And not much scoring going on here. 25-18 is the big fella, the lefty, the southpaw. Gets a respite.
With only 1 foul. So Davis will try to steer him into the locker room at halftime, still with only 1. Only 3 Indiana team fouls, so if they want to hack away, they've got a ton to give here with 43.2.
I've got a feeling they're going to really rag after this made field goal if they're able to convert. Got a small lineup. Took the big guy out.
Still scoreless. Darren Williams overshoots the layup, but the follow-up makes it a 5-point game.
And here's the rag. They want to turn it over, maybe get 1 more. You want the last one with the ability to follow. This is where Moye can be very tough on the offensive glass.
Shot clock off at 10 seconds, and Indiana will discuss with 9.6. Basket by Augustine, his first points of the game. To make it just 25-20. And again, Super Tuesday continuing after we're done tonight, 9 Eastern, with the SEC matchup between 9th-ranked Kentucky and number 21 Florida. All part of Rivalry Week, presented by Cisco Systems on ESPN and ESPN2. 9 of the top 10, 17 of the top 21 on ESPN, ESPN2, or ABC the next week.
You feel like it's warming up. And I'm looking over at Smith.
Now, there's the man. We've got to agree on this. John Mellencamp, especially here in Bloomington, is the man.
And of course, a great donor to the university as well. The whole across
there's the woman. Yeah. Elaine Mellencamp. Not in your usual bleacher seats.
He doesn't